in full within 12 months. Interest charged from purchase date if not paid in full. Not all will qualify. Call dealer for
It's happy hour, come gather round. Greg and Pamela break it all down. Talking politics and the whacked out world. Every headline makes the chaos swirl. It's time for a smoke break. David Johnson, Monday and Thursday. On happy hour. Mr. Thespian steals Tuesday spotlight. On happy hour. Eddie stops by on Friday with some snacks. While the whole world swirls, hanging out in the chat will change your world. On happy hour.
When it comes to your mortgage, who you work with matters. And this is one decision where local makes all the difference. Don't fall victim to flashy mailers, spam calls, or 1-800-lenders who don't even know your name, much less your neighborhood. Those lenders are often sitting in some faraway state, reading from a script, and chasing volume, not relationships. A local lender understands the market you live in, or should I say that we live in. At Alabama Home Mortgage, you can look at us in the eye and trust us with one of the biggest financial decisions you'll ever make. Local lenders don't disappear after closing day. Our reputation is built right here, one family at a time. So before you pick up the phone and call a stranger, remember us, Kim Williams and Madeline Cannon at Alabama Home Mortgage. You deserve guidance from someone who knows the community because they're a part of it. Give us a call at Alabama Home Mortgage today at 334-567-4223 or visit us online at myalabamahomemortgage.com. That's Alabama Home Mortgage because there is a difference in mortgage companies. NMLS 1586368, Equal Housing Lender.
We know the businesses that keep our communities moving. We walk the same streets, shop the same stores, and support the same local families. Janney King franchise owners take pride in caring for the places they keep our hometown strong. With dependable service, attention to detail, and commitment to doing the things the right way, more businesses are choosing Janney King as their trusted local cleaning partner. Visit JanneyKingCleans.com today.
This is not headline news. Today is National Leave the Office Early Day. Millions of Americans will celebrate by not changing a thing. Meta is developing an AI device called Pendant, which listens and records everything you say or hear throughout the day. There's already a version of that. It's called Having a Wife. Madonna says John F. Kennedy Jr. was the best sex of her life. After him, it's a real long list. And half of Americans say life is no longer fun. We're always here to help out, responded Wang Chung. This is not headline news.
Rich Thomas weather is brought to you by Wiley Sanders Truck Lines.
Truckers, listen up. A $2,500 sign-on bonus only at Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. Work for a company that puts God and family first. 855-777-9785. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines.
Beautiful.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. If it concerns your community, you'll hear about it on News Talk 93.1. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
And you know what? Nothing from nothing leaves nothing.
Stupid. Juvenile. Stupid. And very stupid. You're not going to amount to squat. Nothing from nothing leaves nothing.
Yes.
You gotta have something if you wanna be with me. Nothing from nothing leaves nothing. Where are the white women at? You gotta have something if you wanna be with me. Guess what? I got a fever. The only prescription is for cannabis.
You are a meathead. What?
Want me to
pick it up?
Good job,
That was funny.
What's wrong with you?
He's a tool.
You sure is a... No. I'm not wearing any pants. Film at all. Portions of today's programming are reproduced by means of electrical transcriptions or tape recording.
Hi, go on. Would you give me a hand with that?
You take the blonde and I'll take the money to tell you.
Get in my belly!
What a bunch of crap.
The old muchacho.
I'm dying out here. You don't know that finger's good grief.
All stations, clear the air lanes, clear all air lanes for the big broadcast.
I'll be back.
Can I have some more vodka?
Wait till Master Thespian gets here so we can share. It is happy hour to start 93.1 of MWACD. Yes, it's Tuesday. So the great Warhawk will join us.
Hello. And here they are.
Plug in some fake applause, please. Wow, it smells like Domino's in here. Holy moly, look at all the calories over there.
I used a bunch of free points, and I got some goodies.
Garlic knots, brownies.
Yes.
You know, I'll spoil my supper if I eat that stuff.
Supper. You only live once, buddy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
This is so true. And right now I feel like my first go-around is coming to an end.
Your first go-round?
Yeah, you live once. And I think mine is starting to wind down. Let's see. What do we got for headlines today? Mark Wayne Mullen's soundbite is raising eyebrows.
Uh-oh.
Let's see.
What did he say?
Mark, I don't know. Find out what he said. And let's see. We'll put this in audition so it can be heard on the YouTube while the circle goes round and round and round. And is the volume up? This is live radio, friends. All right, let's see what Mark Wayne Mullen has to say.
Yes.
Former Border Patrol official Herbert Gansden saying,
I never met the guy. I never met the guy. No, he's irrelevant to me. I don't know who he is. What else, guys? Yes.
Former Border Patrol official Herbert Gansden saying,
I never met the guy. I never met the guy. No, he's irrelevant to me.
So is he talking about the guy in Maine? Yeah.
I don't know. What a Nazi, though, huh? What a great guy. Concentration camp. The Democrats don't care. They don't care. They can make excuses for anybody.
Well, some of them are jumping ship already. All that stuff about him on that app and
Bernie's still hanging in there.
His poor wife, bless her heart. Yes, we've got a marriage, and
I don't know if I'm ready to give the bless the heart to the wife.
Oh no!
You saw him naked. You saw what's that? An Auschwitz on your chest? Oh, you're my kind of guy. Screw them both.
I think she's doing a tappity tap.
And screw the Black Crows too while we're at it. Ass jerk offs.
What have the Black Crows done to you now?
They're playing a concert.
Oh, huh.
They're doing a concert, and I guess they have some kind of a mascot that is looks like an Uncle Sam outfit.
Mm-hmm.
So the crowd sees it. They're into it. They're probably half-wasted. So, okay, USA, and the Black Crows shut them down.
You're kidding me.
We got the audio right here.
Some of us have real faith. And for those of you booing us, some of us are not afraid. And most assuredly are not ignorant. So,
okay.
It's become a big story on Fox, and most assuredly you are ignorant.
Well, you know why they're not afraid? because this is not a dictatorship. They know they can say whatever they want, do whatever they want, and Donald Trump's not going to send his personal army out to get them. Why? No. Because we live in a free country. They try stuff like this in a country like Russia and a country like Iran. Guess what? They're going to be dead.
This kind of goes to, when I go to a concert, I'd like to be entertained. I like to see a musical performance.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want a freaking lecture from some rock star. I know that life.
It's crazy.
The lucky ones are still playing. The rest are dead because they treated their bodies like sewers.
Yep. And I brought in today the Diet American Dew, holding it up so the people can see. It's the new packaging that Mountain Dew is doing. It's American Dew. I like it.
For the 250?
It's I guess. Celebrate. Mountain Dew celebrates America. A chance to win weekly prizes. Ooh. Okay. But anyway, I just thought it was cute that it's American Dew. I'm drinking my American Dew.
By the way, quite a few people walked out of the show after that.
Good. Good for them.
Yeah.
Good for them.
They can't get their money back, but
you know what? They will not go and see another concert again by those people.
Nope.
So, buy another record.
Here's an annoying story on FoxNews.com. Obama judge clears left-wing group to fly 8647 flag.
Oh, no.
On the National Mall. Yeah.
No.
An Obama judge, of course. You can, when the guy who appoints you is an a-hole, that's probably like saying you're one of my crowd.
Yeah, but that's just pretty crass and vulgar.
Can you imagine if somebody wanted to put an 8644 flag up?
They'd be gone.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
They'd burn the flag.
Because we have a whole different standard for that SOB.
Yeah.
We can't, it's sacred Obama. I listened to somebody talking about Obamacare and the waste. I think it was Dr. Oz.
Mm-hmm.
And how many people have it free that are getting paid for it but aren't using it because they have health coverage elsewhere. The question I pose is, how much of our current federal budget do you think is completely wasted? Because I think it's a ton of money. It's going to Somali luring centers. It's going to hospice care in LA where there is no hospice care or patients or anything else, but somebody's getting huge amounts of money.
Yeah, because they figured out nobody's going to check. All I have to do is put my name on the form and collect my check, and nobody's going to come looking.
No.
Nobody. And they've been getting away with it for a long time.
They certainly have.
And it's sad that number one, it's sad that people do that. They have the mentality that, hey, I can taxpayers.
Mm-hmm.
But it's sad that nobody's catching it, except for people like Nick Shirley.
I think it's set up to be that way. This is how they pay back their cronies, their donors, and everybody else.
And the people that fill out those mail-in ballots for them. Yeah, probably so.
Everybody gets paid. Eric the dog is on the phone. Eric the dog.
Dude.
Hola.
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 ¿Cómo están ustedes?
I am loco de la cabeza.
Seaway.
Of course, I'm like that every day, so, But I'm here.
I believe you.
It's been a rough 4 days. I'm dealing with my father passing away Friday night. And,
no, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it's a good thing. He was 84 years old. He lived a good life. He went on his terms because he said, look, we're doing all this stuff trying to save my life, and it's not working. So he turned to the doctors and said, turn off the life-saving care. I'm ready to go. Turned to my sister and said, I'm ready to go. Just let me go. He waited until my brother-in-law, her husband, Joe, walked in the door at the hospital room. And he turned to her and said, okay, you won't be alone now. Closed his eyes, and within minutes he was gone.
Wow.
And
wow,
that's an amazing, because he wanted to do things the way he wanted to do it. And the last 7-8 months, he has not. Actually, all the way back to March of last year, he's just not been able to do all the things he wanted to do because of his health issues. And I think he was at that point where he said, you know what? It ain't going to get better. It's only going to get worse. Let's just go out now while we can. And, you know, I admire that. He was a good man. So now we're dealing with all the...
Nonetheless.
Yeah. We're dealing with all the funeral and all the stuff. That's been fun. So I would recommend everybody making a list of your social security number and all your passwords, all your devices, and give it to someone so they know what they are. So we're not having to scramble like we were doing on some of this stuff. So,
and if that happens to me and you need to know who to contact,
Jay Quellen.
She got it all.
She got it all.
Good girl. Good girl. Anyway, what's on your mind, Eric? You're the one that called in.
I want to know how it's not hate speech or threatening the life of a president to post a flag like that.
Because it was approved by a black judge. That's why.
Oh my.
Yeah. Any
I
normal...
identify as black, so what can we do about this? This identity politics.
It sounds to me
is
almost
crazy.
like they're setting a precedent. So when James Comey comes to trial,
Mm-hmm.
They can already point to a judge who says, "Well, that's free speech,"
Mm-hmm.
even though he knows damn well what it means.
Unless, because I it took me a second. Nobody, this is the first I've heard about it, but I know what 86 means, and I know what 47 is, and you know, sounds like an assassination plot.
That's my take on it, but no, this is free speech according to this genius judge.
Now, are they going to have those flags at the Trump birthday celebration? Is that what they're trying to do? Because I know what's going on June the 14th is that Trump is having a birthday bash, but there's also a counter birthday bash going on, put on by.
Speaking of bash,
liberals and
I
stuff.
watched a video of somebody beating him as a piñata today.
Oh my goodness!
The retarded are out there. They can't express themselves intellectually, so they swing a stick at a Donald Trump piñata.
Have a temper tantrum.
Babies.
Yeah. But I'm with you, Eric.
I don't
though.
understand all those.
Yeah, it sounds to me like it's.
Let me ask you this. How long do you think you would have been able to beat a Barack Obama piñata on the National Mall?
Oh, you could have put a stopwatch on it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't have the right accent.
But it's
right
Donald Trump that's
or any
dividing
of
the
that.
country. That's what I keep hearing.
Well, here's the sad fact of it. Division is the currency of politics.
Yep.
And they're scared to death that if they don't cause this division between us, they don't have any way to leverage their voters into a certain thing. Because God forbid we all look at them like, you know what? Y'all are the problem. We're fine. We need to get less of y'all involved in what most of us are willing to do.
Right.
That they don't want.
Right.
Meanwhile, we hope for surprise in Los Angeles and California tonight.
Let me tell you something. I listen to a Spanish language radio station sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
and they were talking to that the lady that's running for that.
Pena or
And-
whatever her name is. Yeah.
Bass?
Yes, sir.
Perez.
Yes, sir. And they were talking smack about what's that guy's name out there that Trump endorsed, or
Oh,
maybe he
Spencer
did-
Pratt.
didn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
They were talking smack about him.
Oh,
they have
were
a
they?
really bad opinion of Trump, and I find it crazy. I have a lot of Hispanic friends, as you might imagine, and you know, I have this conversation with them. It's not Trump, it's the laws. And I mean, you made a decision. I mean, if we go to your country and break the laws, what's going to happen to us?
Exactly.
Let's charter a bus and let's go try and vote in the next Canadian election or Mexican election and see what kind of response we get. But we're supposed
It's
to let
gonna
it
go
happen
poorly.
here. That's Beazel.
Yeah.
Schmeazit of the stankiest
Yeah.
level.
Well, dude, thank you for calling.
Indeed.
It's good to hear from you.
All right, y'all.
It's been a while.
You have a great day.
Thank you.
Be good.
Well, I can say this as I chugged through, got on my bike today, was able to ride it for the first time in a month. And again, thank you, Jody Clement and Built Ride Tune.
You got it fixed, yeah.
Fixed. Let me show you a picture. I think, except for the frame, everything is new.
Oh, my.
They did such a.
So they redid all the gears, so you've got all your gears now.
I got to post this along with their. Oh, there's my handsome grandson. Why does the phone not cooperate when I need it to?
I don't know. Ooh.
That's after they delivered it.
That's nice.
I mean, it looks like it did on my birthday 6 years ago. When I
Yeah. That's nice.
It is gorgeous. And so I got to do a little of that today, but I don't think it's the humidity. I'm just not on fire yet this afternoon, but I'm drinking Body Armor. Anybody else use this stuff?
I've never tried it. Is it good?
It's a hydrate. Well, it was recommended me by a friend.
Mm-hmm.
He likes it. Well, he's even older than I am, and he says it.
So it helps to rebalance your electrolytes and all that.
Yes, but the people to make sure I get through that door every day, standing up, that's Montgomery Men's Health. Because guys, in this heat, this wretched humidity, if you're flagging, if the tank on your energyometer is always just hovering at E, could be a low T issue. That's how they're attacking Tallarico in Texas. Too low T for Texas. But that definitely means something. It means you're not metabolizing properly, probably gaining weight. Weight can also be an issue and cause of ED. Libido is low, etc. Energy level is sluggish. All of these things combined can indicate low T, and to find out whether or not you're dealing with that, and it's a very insidious condition. Kind of creeps up with you, partly with age and other factors. But Montgomery Men's Health, this is a medical clinic run by a board-certified urologist that offers medical solutions, FDA-approved solutions to turn that around, and fast. If you are dealing with issues like ED, first of all, get over it. It's so common, especially in stressful times. So they have solutions that go above and beyond pills that are very effective. You might want to find out about those. And all kinds of ways to give you an overall healthier life. It's not just about your sex life. It's about your life, period. At Montgomery Men's Health. Take that test. It's $99. And if the numbers aren't where they need to be, they can be fixed right there at the clinic. 334-440-3663. Or visit MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com. That's MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com. Our first traffic in the afternoon at 3:27.
Well, currently around the Montgomery area, not really seeing any issues. Traffic light to moderate around the area and beginning to build that slow afternoon build that leads up to rush hour. We do have an accident on 85 southbound near Shorter. If you're coming into Montgomery, bit of a slowdown there. We're hoping they get that one taken care of quickly. We will keep you updated. If you got less than perfect credit, McKenna Nissan may have just the plan for you. Talk to David Martin. He'll do everything possible to have you driving today. McKenna Nissan, exit 212 off I-65 in Clanton. Buckle up, Wendell Montgomery Skywatch traffic.
Tired of spending your weekends fighting weeds, patchy grass, and a mower that never starts? Mosley Lawn Pros is the solution. They handle residential and commercial lawn maintenance, landscaping, cleanups, and property care so you don't have to. They show up on time, do the job right, and leave your lawn looking sharp every time. Stop stressing over your yard and start loving it. When it comes to your lawn, call the crew your neighbors and local businesses trust. One call, one crew, problem solved. Mosley Lawn Pros, built on hard work, driven by quality. Find them today on Facebook or Google.
A new year brings new opportunities, and right now the market is starting to shift.
Interest rates are beginning to come down, which means more buying power and more options for buyers who've been waiting.
If you're thinking about buying a home, this could be the moment to take that next step.
And whether you're buying, selling, or investing, having experience on your side matters more than ever.
At Hannah and Eddie Realty Group, we're also growing our team.
If you're an experienced agent ready to make a difference in this market and want to be part of a team that values knowledge, support, and results, call Hannah and Eddie Realty Group, where opportunity meets experience.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
News and talk without the static. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Give this a listen. On the next 60 Minutes, our newest correspondent, Joe Rogan, takes an in-depth look at a cool video where an elk fights off a grizzly bear. Jamie pulls up the exclusive video. Plus, no journalist is more qualified than Joe Rogan to provide insight on what's happening at the White House. Then, Joe Rogan hosts a roundtable discussion with America's foremost political experts, Theo Vaughn and the guy from Kill Tony. The new 60 Minutes is the gold standard of TV news magazines, and also the amount of time before Barry Weiss is fired. Sundays on CBS.
First of all, that's a piece of crap, and I played that for one reason. I could have played it this morning, but I didn't want to get into a political rant on it. It came from one of our alleged comedy services.
Mm-hmm.
It's not funny. It's not. Barry Weiss is not getting fired.
Nope.
Nobody's stopping her from making news. They're all hoping she will because they want to protect their sacred cows, like Scott Pelley, who is braying like a jackass because he knows he's probably going to get canned.
Yep.
You know, you pontificating. How many times you need to get sued for editing interviews to show political favoritism? That is not journalism, as that guy just inferred there.
Nope.
So, if I may, you're full of beady weedies. 60 Minutes needs an enema, and so does Saturday Night Live. All these shows have lost their way because they lost every president, including Ronald Reagan, has been, look, the entirety of his presidency. I had a guy in Florida who did a dead on Reagan, and we had a lot of laughs because we talked about odd things that you don't expect. We didn't ask him for his opinion on.
Nancy and I, we went to the Pizza Inn the other night.
Or we watched some 80s show or something like that.
Yeah,
you know,
stuff like that.
So,
funny stuff
that everyday people do. Yeah, I'm hip to that. Gregory Benjamin. It was fun stuff, and if Ronald Reagan heard it, he would have enjoyed it. But the hatred, when you write from your liver, it's going to come out bitter, and that's what alleged comedy is today. SNL is worthless. It's become a big circle jerk for leftists and libtards, and I hope they do something that makes fun of them.
And they're losing viewership. They're losing money. That's why Colbert got canceled, because
Jimmy Kimmel says no. Hey, we're making money hand over fist on that show. There were more people watching that than ever before.
No, they're not.
He wants to believe that Donald Trump bullied somebody at CBS to dump him. First of all, let's look at it from a programming perspective.
Mm-hmm.
What is a program director's job? This is what Rick Peters has done so well throughout his career. He looks at a market and says, all right, what format is currently not serving this area?
Mm-hmm.
And how do we want to day part this? Because the needs are different, et cetera, et cetera. Late night TV evolved the way it did because by 10:30 Central, 11:30 Eastern, and Pacific Coast time, people had had their day.
Yep.
They had their everyday stresses.
They'd had dinner.
They wanted to sit down and laugh.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted to see a movie star or, Karnak, the Magnificent, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why they watched late night TV. And I think nothing in that paradigm has changed.
Mm-hmm.
Let us laugh. But no, Kimmel, Colbert had to turn it into left-wing lecture time. I don't know about you. I would love, I don't think Stephen Colbert asked Sydney Sweeney to be on that show, at least recently.
No. And I thought there was a time when he had a chance to change. That was 2016, the night of the election. He had his election special, and I kept going back to it to see what he was saying. And he very honestly, at the end of that program, said, well, I was wrong. Congratulations, Mr. Trump. You did it. No, it was.
I believe he
rare.
said that, but
it was rare coming from him because he wasn't turning it into a joke. But he said, well, I guess I'm going to have to take a look at what we're doing from now on and maybe do something different. The very next show, back to
because
He
they
doubled
won't
down on it.
They won't let him. There is so much leftist pressure.
Yeah.
To keep pushing it. And the odd thing is, all of these people, these heavy hitters who are condemning, even the stupid Black Crows last night at their show, Shut up.
And after a while, you get tired of it. It's the same thing over and over. You don't tell me anything new.
I don't know what people paid to get into that show last night. No doubt it was at least a pretty penny.
Yeah.
And they don't go there to be insulted by you.
Nope.
The only group that does shows where they insult the crowd and the crowd loves it is Tool. And I know this because I went to one of their concerts. I'm still getting my hearing back from that, by the way.
That's part of their shtick.
Yeah.
You know.
It is. It is part of it. Yeah, exactly. But who the hell are the Black Crows to tell anybody we're not ignorant? But you are. I mean, God, the things that are going on, I sometimes just can't believe how stupid it's all getting. The movie Maven will join us later. She has finished Euphoria, the Sydney Sweeney vehicle in which he wore some very interesting costumes. And now today, Sydney Sweeney has launched her own production company.
Good for her.
It's Honeydew or Drip or something. I forget the name of it. But
Well, it's good. Good.
we'll get her take on that.
And she might as well ride this wave while she can.
And we want to talk about Pressure.
Oh, yeah. Awesome movie. Awesome movie.
All right, we're going to come back to that after the break because if you haven't seen it, I think you should, although I have a couple of little bugs about it. They don't wreck the movie, but I got to get your opinion on
Well,
this.
there's one thing in particular that I'm understanding the criticism. There's a lot of criticism about one particular performer. And I'm like, yeah, I get it. But, you're saying the same thing about this person that they said about John Wayne. They said about Tom Hanks, that every movie they're in, it's Tom Hanks, it's John Wayne, But we'll talk about it when we get closer.
Yes. We will. Anyway, the market was weird today. When we walked in this morning, it was down a couple of 100 points, no big deal. By the time we left, it had gone up and set a new high and then fallen down another 150 points. And at the close today, where did we see it finish?
Why are we on the Home Shopping Network?
You know what? There's a remote over there. See if we can get this
See if
figured
you
out
can
here.
get that back to. I'm like, lady, you're trying to sell me stuff, and I'm like, I don't care.
I didn't even know the Home Shopping Network was still on.
I didn't either.
Anyway, there we go.
All right. Very good. Very good. Anyway.
It ends up finishing 228 points up, establishing a new high.
Wow.
But what does it mean? What's causing the optimism? That's where Brant McDonald joins us at 5:15 this afternoon.
I'd like to hear what he has to say.
Yeah. It's always good. And you can hear it in person by calling 387-0094. Go over to Invista Advisors, meet the team, and find yourself in a building that really is its own energy center. It's amazing. Bright people looking out for their clients' money. Nobody has their money with Invista Advisors, including me, because they were conned into doing it or hard sold into doing it.
These are people who know their stuff.
Yeah. So just a suggestion if you're looking for options in that regard, 387-0094. Back to the traffic dungeon. Blue Water News. The Sky is next.
Well, not looking too bad now. Our earlier accidents have cleared, and right now we are not aware of anything that's really going to slow you down. Traffic flow, light to moderate all over the area, busy in the usual spots, boulevards, I-65 and 85 will update you if any accidents happen. Get $1,000 customer cash on Camrys at McKinnon Toyota at the lowest tax rates in Alabama, and it's worth the drive. McKinnon Toyota, exit 212 off I-65 in Clanton. Buckle up when every Skywatch traffic.
News is brought to you by Bath Innovations. Call Bath Innovations today to schedule your free in-home consultation.
From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, here's today's top stories. Montgomery Mayor Stephen Reed detailed a new plan to revitalize West Montgomery on Monday. The Fairview Farmers Market will be the key piece of the city's development plan. Reed stated the Fairview Farmers Market project will help the city develop multiple corridors while also providing access to fresh food. The estimated project timeline for the new farmers market is approximately 18 months. Montgomery police responded to a Sunday night shooting that left a young girl injured. Officers were called to the 3500 block of LeBron Road around 8:30 where a juvenile female had been wounded by gunfire. The girl was taken to a local hospital for treatment. Police have not provided any additional details about the circumstances surrounding the shooting. An Alabama Democratic Conference building in Montgomery will be up for sale by the county tomorrow due to unpaid property taxes. The ADC's property at 418 South Decatur Street is valued at approximately $126,000. According to county property tax records, the Alabama Democratic Conference failed to make a property tax payment for 2025. The ADC is led by Joe Reed and Randy Kelly. From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, I'm Sky Mosley.
Bath Innovations of Alabama can replace your old bathtub with a low-step shower featuring built-in seating, secure grab bars, and slip-resistant flooring, often installed in as little as 1 day. Call Bath Innovations of Alabama today to schedule your free in-home consultation.
Hey, y'all, Lewis at the Capital Oyster Bar. We're located over here on the beautiful Alabama River. We got a fryer, a steamer, and a grill. That means we can cook up that seafood any way you like it. We also got a good old hamburger, a good old steak. We got something for everybody. Check it all out at capitaloysterbar.com or go to our Facebook page. You can see everything goes on down here on the river. We're really the only restaurant on the river in Montgomery, so that makes us the fanciest restaurant in Montgomery on the river. You can come down here fancy or you can come down here regular. You're going to have a good time. We also rent out pontoon boats. All you need is a driver's license, a credit card, a little common sense, and you can have a good time on the river. We got an RV park down here. We got room for you to come stay for a little while. Then all you got to do is walk over here. You can walk down here and throw you a pole in the river and catch you some dinner. Well, maybe come over to the restaurant and get you some good fish. Well, let's see you soon. There's no show this Sunday, so that means we'll be here to cook for you all Sunday afternoon with no cover charge. See you soon. Come hungry. Bring the whole family, y'all.
Trust is the number one reason why a patient chooses a healthcare provider. Adams Drugs has been your trusted healthcare provider since 1962 and has been voted the number one pharmacy in the River region for many years. We strive each and every day to provide you the level of health care you have come to expect from Adams Drugs. The employees at Adams Drugs take pride in developing relationships with their patients, from making sure your prescriptions are filled correctly to getting to know you and your family's needs and following up on any questions you may have. Adams Drugs employees deliver top-notch service. We ask you to visit us at any of our locations in Montgomery, Prattville, Wetumpka, Millbrook, and Pine Level Marbury and give us a chance to earn your business. You can find us at adamsdrugs.net for the location that is nearest to you. Adams Drugs is your local, independently owned Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Weather, a service of H&H Carpets, where right now, get a load of this, listen close, you get a house full of carpet for $19.95 installed. Unbelievable. They're located at 6450 Atlanta Highway, just across from Walmart.
Hi, everybody. We've got some better weather days in our future. For tonight, the risk of scattered showers and storms will end early in the evening before fading out. Then cooler, low temperature tonight down to about 63. Tomorrow, really just a perfect day with sunshine, low humidity, high temperature up around 80. Mostly clear skies, pleasantly cool Wednesday night with a low temperature down to about 57. Some nice weather Thursday and Friday, comfortable days, high 83 Thursday, 86 Friday. Lows at night around 60, and maybe some spotty storms returning on Saturday and Sunday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
When the heat hits to the river region, don't wait. If your AC quits, Hands Heating and Air offers same-day service, or your diagnostic charge is free with their Comfort a Day or You Don't Pay guarantee, plus 24/7 service with no overtime charges.
The River Region's first and only news talk station on FM. Live, local talk. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
And now political commentary from Menthol Meredith.
Well, did y'all hear about that America birthday concert where everyone dropped out but Vanilla Ice? Now, people are making fun of this, but I guarantee they ain't never seen Vanilla Ice live. What an artist. When Ray Ray did the grand opening for the bait shop / bail bond place, Vanilla Ice performed, and y'all, I ain't been that blown away by art since I saw Rowdy Roddy Piper give Macho Man Randy Savage a concussion with a piece of plywood. Okay, y'all, I gotta go. I'm gonna try to get to this Vanilla Ice concert, but first I gotta check to see if I'm still required to stay 500 feet away from him.
Well, she's the real deal.
God
But
bless you.
that Freedom 250 concert, again, it's another example, like this crap with the Obama judge. And we all know we have very different rules for him and everybody else. But the artists who had made commitments to celebrate their country's 250th birthday backed out because it was politicized somehow.
And
Martina McBride, who wrote the song Independence Day, caved into the pressure, but then we did a little digging on her and found out she's a leftard, so screw her. I don't care.
This whole thing sounds really fishy to me. That you knew what you were signing up for, right?
It's not like Donald Trump said, please come to the White House and play for me.
Yeah.
And they said, no, we're not going to do that.
But when the first person pulled out and got some attention, then the rest of them were like, oh, I can get some attention
This
too.
is how the left works. It's peer pressure. I don't know what the right word is, but it's absolutely sickening. It's ridiculous, and it's very divisive.
Oh, very much so.
Very divisive. Going to be interesting to watch the returns come in California tonight.
Yeah.
I'm not making any predictions. I think people in LA have been very silent because out there, again, I like the Spencer Pratt. Well, the left will attack you for that. He did pick up quite a few celebrity endorsements, though, which is interesting. I'm not going to name the names. I have a hunch there could be a major surprise in one of those two races. It may be that they've all had enough of Karen Bass. Who cares if you're a lesbian or the first? What does that have to do with anything? And by the way, the whole Pride Month thing. Senator Tuberville made a point about that. If I remember correctly, when it was finally safer for gay people to come out, or to their friends or family, whoever they wanted to tell, please accept me. I just want to live my life. What I do in my house is my business, so you don't have to worry about that. I just don't. Proud of what? Can I be a proud heterosexual? I've been a crazy one. But again, and everybody's afraid to say anything because, oh, you're going to get attacked. And that's so ridiculous. One thing you will learn in Florida, and I guess down there you learned it earlier, there's a huge gay population.
Yep.
And in our business, a very high percentage of gay employees. And they weren't all about this stuff. The number one talk host in South Florida, a guy named Neil Rogers, he came out in 1974. He was one of the first in our business to do that. And he really didn't care what you thought, but boy, he had major issues with what he called the feathered boa crowd. He says, stop with the parade. Stop with all the flaunting and
in your face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's not helping us, he said. It really isn't. We're just like if there were people that listened to Neil, his favorite sports were baseball, football. He could talk hockey with anybody. He smoked cigars during his show. Everything he said virtually was sort of the stereotypical definition of manhood.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you listened to him and did not know he was gay, you would never pick up on it.
Yeah.
And, but that's his situation. That was his situation. He's passed away, but he was number one for years. It didn't hurt him in the least to be out with it, but he was very clear. Don't invite me to your parade. Don't invite me to speak at your school. That's none of your business. So, and the point I'm trying to make is here. Throughout my 25 years down there and my time here, I have many male gay friends, and they all kind of say this too. They just want to live their lives
just like everybody else. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't see any reason why a potential employer needs to know your sexual preference.
Yeah, you don't. You don't.
There's no need for that. It's just
all the employer wants to know is, can you do your job? You know?
And that's all that should be in the discussion.
Exactly.
So I don't know why we need a whole month. I wonder what the mayor has planned for the celebration. He put out a big thing yesterday.
He's probably going to go away for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Knowing him, he's on a flight.
First class somewhere.
Yeah.
There's got to be some kind of event that, maybe a symposium. Those are always big with mayors. They're always going to symposiums.
As long as somebody else is paying for it, you know?
Yeah. But if you see the Facebook post from Mayor Reed on Pride Month, read the comments. Not everybody is on board with this celebration. Just leave it alone. It doesn't need to be.
Yeah.
You know, if I wear my sexuality on my sleeve around the workplace, I can...
Oh, you get accused of sexual harassment.
Harassment. I can get fired for that.
How dare you, flaming heterosexual you?
That's me. It got me into enough trouble anyway without having to flaunt it.
Yeah, that reminds me. We got to get you to write that book. All those stories of all those women.
I know. I need to sit down with somebody who can just let me tell stories and keep up with me at the speed at which I tell them and thread the whole thing together.
Well, maybe we could work something out. We gotta figure something out. Yeah.
So there's that. But the big story. But now, again, remember, California was still counting congressional votes in January.
I know.
It's the center of high tech for the entire freaking world. Of course, they haven't run everybody off. At some point, it probably won't be. It'll be San Antonio or somewhere else.
Well, they got to have time to make up those mail-in ballots, you know.
Yeah, how many do we need here to throw this? I mean, they're just so open about it. They don't really care. Gavin Newsom.
So I'm hoping we do have at least one surprise out of tonight's election results. I'm hoping we have two. I'm really hoping that Steve Hilton does well in his campaign, and I'm really hoping Spencer Pratt.
You gotta wonder.
Overthrows.
It's so expensive out there, and all these rules, and you wonder when people say, enough is enough.
Because if you're doing the same thing over and over and over, expecting a different result, it's not going to happen.
Exactly.
It's not going to happen.
No, that's
you're crazy
insanity.
to think that.
No. What is Karen Bass going to give you? Another forest fire? Another wildfire burn out another section of L.A.?
Well, they haven't refilled those reservoirs. Those reservoirs are still dry.
Because they haven't, I don't even want to use the word. I'm going to descend into a level of language that will.
Well, they haven't rebuilt anything.
No,
I mean,
because
only, 4 houses have been rebuilt.
It's pathetic.
Yeah,
it's pathetic, and they're going to host the Olympics. I wonder how that's going.
I mean,
what the hell were they thinking giving the Olympics to L.A.? Of course, if they keep running people out of there, maybe the traffic won't be so bad.
Shortwave, take it down, quick. What's it say? Shut up.
Breaking news from Netflix fans live here. Clint Eastwood is officially retired at 96 years old, according to new reports and comments from his son Kyle, bringing an end to one of the most legendary careers in Hollywood history. 96. So that's what I'm aiming for.
That's a good life. That's a good life.
It's a great life. Fantastic success. Just watched one of his, a lot of his movies are just good stories. Absolute Power with Gene Hackman, where it's one of the few movies where he plays a bad guy with a good heart, a thief who can't stop. And Gene Hackman's in the movie. It's very watchable.
Well, one of those trailers, one of the trailers they played before Pressure was for another World War II movie, Battle of the Bulge.
Yeah.
It's called Lucky Strike, and it's got Tom Hanks' son, Colin Hanks, and Scott Eastwood, one of Clint Eastwood's sons in it. I'm like, ooh, that looks good. It's a true story about a guy who got caught behind enemy lines and had to figure his way out.
Yeah,
it looked interesting.
We'll talk about that, and we do need to spend some time on pressure. We'll do it after the top of the hour. I know we said we'd do it in the next segment, but we're already through with that one.
Yeah, it's all right. We'll get to it eventually.
Oh, look at this. Major League Sports marks Pride Month. So MLB has a nice rainbow patch they're going to make their players wear. And here's the thing. There's a lot of athletes that aren't happy about this.
Yeah.
Some have spoken out about it.
Well, they just want to play ball. They just want to play ball. They don't want to be doing this.
Not be mandated to promote something they may not believe is legitimate. But that's how it works with the LGBTQ, whatever, how many, it's like half the alphabet now.
So does the MLB think that they're going to gain audience members that are gay?
They already have plenty of gay fans. They don't need to do that. Put a good product on the field. That's what people care about.
Yep.
These last couple of days have been super steamy, and everybody loves it at the end of a day like this when you can walk into your home and there's that nice wall of cool, dry air there.
Oh, yeah.
Make sure it continues to be there when you need it by getting yourself, look, it's a $180 one-time annual charge from Clark's. With that comes 2 visits to your home by a Clark's HVAC technician. Trust me, they're excellent at what they do. They tune the system, leave it clean so it's draining minimal energy. And then following that, because it is a machine, if something goes wrong, they're a phone call away at 277-2125. You'll get a discount on parts and labor for any repair that might be needed. You also have instant access to their plumbers 24/7, 365 for that same $180 charge. And believe me, I've used the plumbers a lot more. I actually bought a new AC system from Clark's, and in the short span of 3 years, it paid for itself because my electric bills went from $450 to a budget bill of $210. Amazing savings, quiet, excellent performance. Clark's installed, does the service or any warranty work that's required. It was a smart move.
Mm-hmm.
So team up with this company for the comfort and infrastructure of your home by calling 277-2125 in the 334. 277-2125. You can learn more at clarkcomfort.com. Their Alabama certification number is 09098. We return to the traffic dungeon. 4 o'clock news next.
Well, we have an accident, I-85 southbound, right before Ann Street. A motorcyclist is involved in this accident. Please watch out for emergency vehicles that are on the scene there and heading there. And around the area, light to moderate traffic flow everywhere else, but it is building on the boulevards, interstate. Prattville, Millbrook, Wetumpka reporting light to mostly moderate traffic. High school students, Trenton State Community College dual enrollment program lets you earn college credit while you're still in high school. Take the first step towards your college journey. Go to trentomstate.edu for more information. Buckle up, Wendell Jim Montgomery, Skywatch Traffic.
Hi, this is Bo Goodson from the Goodson Group with your Real Estate Minute. 5 reasons to get a home inspection before you close on a home. Homeowners buying their first home or their 10th home still need a home inspection performed. First, you will find out firsthand the true condition of the home, the age and state of the heating and air, the roof, electrical, and plumbing as of the date of inspection. Second, it may give you the ability to renegotiate repairs that the seller will end up paying for before closing. Third, if the results show that the repairs would be too costly, then you can opt out of the contract without losing your earnest money. Fourth, the age and state of the systems will indicate what shape the rest of the house might be in and give you the option to opt out of the transaction or renegotiate terms. Fifth, knowing what needs to be done to the house will allow you the opportunity to update the home properly to your taste. For a list of the best home inspectors in the area, call Bo Goodson at the Goodson Group at 334-221-2883 or 551-0225. The Goodson Group.
E-Bike Oasis, E-Bike Oasis, E-Bike Oasis, ride for free. E-Bike Oasis, E-Bike Oasis, E-Bike Oasis, ride for free.
At E-Bike Oasis, we're more than just Montgomery's best electric bicycle store. E-Bike Oasis offers free 1-hour electric bicycle rentals and a full-service electric bike repair shop. Stop by E-Bike Oasis in Montgomery today for free rentals, repairs, and electric bicycle brands in town.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. Are you tired of the mainstream media's biased reporting? Do you want to stay informed on the news that really matters to you? Look no further than 1819 News. At 1819 News, we bring you the latest in Alabama news, politics, sports, culture, and more. We've assembled a team of journalists with Alabama values dedicated to the truth and the truth alone. Visit us at 1819news.com today. That's 1819news.com. Subscribe to our newsletter. Honest News, Alabama Values.
Hi, this is Carl Schmidt, naturopath and owner of the Herb Shop. Listen every Saturday to Winning Wellness and learn from experts in different fields of science and technology how nutritional supplements can help you.
Listen to Winning Wellness every Saturday at 10 a.m.
And now a star is born. On June 2nd, 1955, the world welcomed little baby Dana Carvey.
Okay, Mom, you need to push it out. It's a girly man.
Well, isn't that special? Dana Carvey, a star is born.
We'll have some Dana Carvey stand-up coming up.
With SRN News, I'm John Scott. The stock market added to its record today as winners of the artificial intelligence boom keep driving higher. The S&P rose 1/10, edging past the previous all-time high. It set a day earlier. The Dow added 0.4, and the Nasdaq rose less than 1/10. Iran reportedly stopped communicating with mediators after Israel threatened to bomb Beirut as it continues fighting the Lebanese militia Hezbollah. That's according to 2 semi-official Iranian news agencies. Texas Children's Hospital in Houston has to create a detransition clinic for transgender patients by this summer. The hospital has 90 days from the settlement's effective date to set up the clinic. Governor Greg Abbott previously signed Senate Bill 14, barring transgender children from receiving puberty blockers. This is SRN News.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-555-2085. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-555-2085. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-555-2085. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-555-2085 or biglou.com.
It's such a dichotomy. It's a feather in America's cap that we went from W to Obama. Because W was, shall we say, plain spoken. You know, he'd say stuff like, I never heard a president talk like that. We got evildoers. It was like he was hitchhiking and surfing his entire presidency. Obama wouldn't say evildoers. He'd say something like, there are people in the world who disagree with our way of life and wish to do us harm. You mean evildoers? It's interesting, you know, with Syria to think about what our former presidents might have done. Like Ronald Reagan, faced with that, you know, be like, what? What'd they do? We'll fire away. Fire away with everything we've got. But, Mr. President, I said fire. Cruise missiles, Tommy Hawks, nukes, everything. Just fire away. Middle East is difficult. I give anyone credit, but Obama comes out and goes, we must attack, and that's exactly why we must not attack. Reagan's like, what the are you talking about?
No, let's send them $150 billion. Maybe they'll hate us less. This is Lori on the phone.
Lori Perry. She said she was supposed to call in about 4:15.
Well, it's 4:05, and that's fine. Can you hang on for a minute, Lori?
Sure.
We're going to talk about something she's been experiencing in Prattville.
Ooh.
That is kind of, I don't know, it struck me as sort of fascistic.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So, Lori, if you'll hold for just a minute, we'll put you on right after Uncle Chi-Chi Shirtless Weather.
Wonderful.
Okay. Don't go away. All right. We are at 5 minutes after 4.
At Montgomery Men's Health, we saw a bunch of patients last month. Almost none came because of an ad. They came because something happened. A fight with a wife who finally said, get help. A breakup. A new relationship that made them aware of things they used to ignore. A photo a friend tagged them in. One guy said he just stared at himself in the mirror. And that was enough. If today's your day, call right now. 334-440-3663. I'm Dr. Smith, urologist and advisor to Montgomery Men's Health. Built on almost 15 years of treating men in Alabama, one patient at a time. Dedicated to ED, low T, and male performance. Here's what happens when you call. We book you this week. We'll get a lab in an hour. For ED, we walk you through your real options at the same visit. A plan before you leave. Don't let today turn into next year. Call now. 334-440-3663. That's 334-440-3663. MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com.
Lunch should be comforting and done right. At Epicure and Jack's Tavern, their meat and three is scratch made to order, not scooped from a steam table. Real cooking, real portions. And for guests 60 and over, it's just $10.99. It's familiar food, elevated, served with care. Lunch at Epicure and Jack's Tavern. Classic Southern comfort, a step above the rest.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by Clark Heating, Air, and Plumbing. It's time to schedule your spring tune-up with Clark Heating, Air, and Plumbing. Don't wait. Schedule today. Give them a call at 334-277-2125. Alabama certification number 88007.
Hi, everybody. We've got some better weather days in our future. For tonight, the risk of scattered showers and storms will end early in the evening before fading out. Then cooler, low temperature tonight down to about 63. Tomorrow, really just a perfect day with sunshine, low humidity, high temperature up around 80. Mostly clear skies, pleasantly cool Wednesday night with a low temperature down to about 57. Some nice weather Thursday and Friday, comfortable days, high 83 Thursday, 86 Friday, lows at night around 60, and maybe some spotty storms returning on Saturday and Sunday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Big dreams for your home on a tight budget? AFE's $26.26 as you covered. Unlock your home's equity with just $26 in closing costs. No fees, no headaches. Visit your local ASE branch today. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender. NMLS number 420259.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers.
Time out means just long enough to enjoy a cigarette.
No, we'll have to wait for that. Let's talk to Lori Herring, who is joining us to tell us about a situation she's been dealing with in Prattville. Hey, Lori.
Hey, thanks for putting me on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I live in close to the downtown area in Prattville, and maybe 2 or 3 months ago, we got a notice on the door saying that we needed to move the car in the driveway because I had a flat tire. And okay, well, it wasn't bothering anybody, but we had it moved. We towed it away, and he came out, saw that, the code enforcer came out and saw that the car was gone, and I thought that was it. As far as I was concerned, that was over. And then about 6 weeks later, my son calls me and says, "Hey, Mom, there's some men from the city here, and they're taking everything off the back porch and throwing it in a dumpster." And I'm like, "What? What?"
They entered your property and started
on my property,
taking your stuff off the back porch and putting it in a dumpster.
I was
A
going to say,
fenced-in back porch.
yeah. So
It's
the only way for them to access is to go through your fence to get in there.
Right, and one of my gates was not closed. It needed repair, but still, it was obviously, not open to the public.
Right.
Obviously, and you cannot see my back porch from the curb at all. It's completely hidden from the front. You would have to go all the way down the driveway and then look around the edge of the house to see it.
Wow.
And so I stopped what I was doing at the church, and I ran back home, and I asked the guys, who gave you permission to go on my back porch? And they said, well, we just work for the city. We just do what we're told to do.
Oh.
And I said, well, I need to talk to the person who told you to do this. And so about 20 minutes later, the code enforcer came around, and I said, what gives you the right to come and get my stuff off my back porch? Now, understand, this was not trash. It was not bags of trash. It was not food. It was not refuse. These were things I was going through because I was reorganizing my house, and my dad had passed away, and I was going through some of his stuff.
Yeah.
And my covered back porch was the best place to do it. Didn't think anybody would mind if I used my back porch. for
Nobody
whatever
should
I
mind.
wanted
It's your back
to
porch.
use.
Do with it what you wish.
Yeah, I was thinking if it's your front porch, maybe, but there was no notification or anything?
No, nothing, not
My
a thing about the back porch. So he said, well, the city ordinance gives me that right. And I said, well, I would really love to see that city ordinance that says that I don't have a Fourth Amendment right. And so he pulled it up and he said, see, this is what it is. Your stuff is rubbish, and I have the ability to come and remove rubbish. And I said, who gets to decide what's rubbish
Exactly.
and what's not? And so he showed me the definition of rubbish, which is so broad it could be any item on the face of the earth. It was just so broad. And I said, so you're telling me that it's rubbish if you say it's rubbish? And he said, yeah, basically, yeah. And I said, well, that's not going to be the end of this. And he actually went out to my shed and took lumber that was leaned up against my shed
Oh, my goodness.
that I was using to make a compost pile, and pulled one piece of lumber off my shed that was nailed to it and took that with him. So I sort of thought about it for a while. I couldn't decide exactly what to do.
Wow.
And then about 4 weeks later, I get a bill in the mail for $560. So not only are they going to take my stuff, they're going to charge me $500,000 to do it. And that's when I called the mayor, and I said, well, first of all, I called the mayor's office and asked for an appointment, and they would not give me one. They wanted to know what my name was, what address did I live in, what was this about, and they would only take my number, but they wouldn't make me an appointment. And I called twice to make an appointment.
This is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he called me back that afternoon, and he listened to the story, and he said, well, they have to follow certain things, and I'll check on it and make sure they followed, and, I'll look into this. And so I was thinking, he was going to make a pretty detailed investigation of this. And he called me back about an hour and a half later, and he said, well, they put a notice on your door. That's all they have to do. And I said, so you think they can just go on my back porch anytime they want to and take my things? Have you heard of the Fourth Amendment? And he was like, well, the code enforcer, he is not directly under me. You would have to talk to the chief of police. And we ended the call, and I got to thinking about it, and I said, now, wait a minute. The chief of police is answerable to the mayor.
Yeah.
And the code enforcer is answerable to the chief of police. I believe that puts him in the line there.
Yeah.
And he's answerable to us.
Yeah. Have you gone to like a council meeting or
Tonight.
Okay.
tonight. And I would love for anybody who thinks that this is unfair and this is overstepping their bounds, I would love for them to come down to the city council meeting tonight at 6:00. And if you can't come, it's being live streamed on the City of Prattville webpage.
Lori, let me ask you a weird question. Are there any of your neighbors that, shall we say, you don't get along with? That somebody is cantankerous?
No. We've got renters on both sides. We wave and we smile. We don't know. There's never been any complaints.
Yeah.
Now, I want you to know this, that I have heard, this is not just me, I have heard from people all over the city that this has happened to, or worse. So this is not just me. This is a pattern of behavior. I had one lady that called me and said, and she's got it on camera, she said they came and took the stuff off her back porch, and then they went into her utility room and took stuff.
In the
and
house?
Then they went into her screened-in back porch and took stuff.
This strikes me as totally illegal, unconstitutional. I don't know what the right, I mean, because they put a notice on your door.
But and the notice had nothing to say about the back porch or anything back there.
It did not tell
Only
you
the
that they would be
car.
coming to your property to confiscate things if you didn't do something by a certain date.
They said if we didn't take care of the car issue, that they could put a lien on our property.
Okay.
Wow.
You know, that sounds heavy-handed, but I can see if you have a rule in the community or a law in the city of Prattville that says you can't have a flat tire on a car in front of your house,
right?
And you got to deal with it. That's one thing. I mean, in Montgomery, you can't let your grass grow taller than a foot, or the city will come and mow it and charge you $240.
And
So
they
there
will
are-
here too.
There's clauses so that the neighborhood doesn't get to look run down.
But here's the caveat about that. Usually it's because somebody complains.
Yeah.
Somebody
Right.
complains. And
Now-
people can complain anonymously, and you never know who
Right.
it is. We had
Well,
one
I
neighbor in our
also-
neighborhood that he was the complainer. A whole lot of people got those things on their front yard when their yard really didn't need to be mowed, but we got them anyway because somebody complained. The code enforcer came out and said, okay, technically, yeah, and they put the sign on people's yards. And it all stopped when he died. He died sitting in his armchair watching TV, and his son found him a few days later. So I think there may have been divine intervention in there. But
There is another issue here, and that is that apparently it was brought up in front of the city council, and I was not even notified that they were going to be talking about me.
Oh.
And that's not only against the city of Prattville's regulations, it's against the state regulations. I was not given a notice. There's very specific things they are supposed to do, and none of that was done. So I'm going to go talk to them tonight.
I'm telling you,
I think you've got a
I
leg
mean,
to stand on
Prattville,
here.
you guys need to have a conversation with your leadership and tell them to knock it off. Has anybody engaged a lawyer? That would seem to be the next step, to at least have somebody look at the code and decide whether or not appearing on your property without a warrant or any legal document or permission, and then confiscating whatever they think is junk would be illegal. I mean, that's why I asked you to call in and share this story, because quite frankly, I find it stunning that they do this.
It's so bizarre that you can't even believe you're in this situation.
Lori, I know you. I know you're not. You're a really good person. I know you did none of this through some kind of sloth or because you don't care about your community. Quite frankly, it's just the opposite. But we can only do so much to keep up with situations, especially a death in the family, where suddenly you do have all of this extra stuff that you need to make decisions on. Do we keep? Do we? Wow, I appreciate you sharing your story, and I would like you to call back tomorrow, same time, to tell us what takes place at the meeting tonight, okay? Will you do that for us?
I would be glad to.
All right, thank you so
so
much.
much.
And by the way, I'm not out to go anti-Prattville. That's one reason why I'm shocked. They call it the preferred community for a reason. So I want to see the city side of it too, but that's kind of hard. Here is Rooster.
Oh, yes, sir. Thanks for taking my call,
Sure.
Greg.
Glad to.
Listen, I got some knowledge for Lori.
Yes.
I've been reading about this stuff for many years. Okay, I live outside of a city. I don't live in a city. All right, the state of Alabama cannot come out to my house and tell me how tall my grass needs to be. What color to paint my house, or anything, where to park my car.
Right.
Because it's my property, right?
Right.
Okay. Since the state of Alabama doesn't have that authority, it cannot grant that authority to a municipal corporation. So therefore, if a municipal corporation is acting in some way that the state of Alabama cannot act, then it's stepping outside the law. And the section she needs to read is Section 89 of the Alabama Constitution. It puts a limit on the powers of municipal corporations, and they are way outside their limits already. A bunch of them are.
Sounds like it to me. And something, this is outrageous, in my opinion.
Yeah, if the state can't do it, then the state can't authorize the city to do it because the state don't have that power its own self.
Yeah.
You know, and municipal corporations are creatures of the state.
Yes.
They're chartered into existence.
Rooster, I really
Anyway.
appreciate those are authentic roosters in the background, I hear, right?
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
All right, my friend. Thank you so much for the call. And we go to Predator Doc next.
Hey, y'all. I used to work at the Emergency Management Agency, and I used to be an MP in the Army, which is a federal job.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it sounds like she needs to call the sheriff and have everybody that trespassed in her backyard arrested for trespass and theft of her property.
I don't think that's unreasonable. Sheriffs, well, look what goes on here. We got a great sheriff in the county of Montgomery, one of the best in the country.
Yeah. Yes, we do.
There's all kinds of conflict and stuff. I like that idea. You know,
mind you,
got to take a stand.
Mind you, right. I used to be federal law enforcement, and if anybody entered your backyard that was trespass, and you should be arrested for it.
Yeah.
And then they took her property, and they should be arrested for theft of property.
That's how it reads to me. And I know Lori, and when I read this on a Facebook post, I was like, are you kidding? Contact me. I would like to get this on the air. And believe me, I'm not out to start a war with Prattville. I love Prattville.
Exactly.
But this on an individual homeowner basis seems awfully fascistic.
And there may be something going on that the powers that be don't know. They don't know what's going on.
Could be.
You know, they see the report and they see the council action, but they don't understand that people are entering into people's property against their permission and taking stuff against their permission.
Predator Doc, thank you very much for the call.
No issues. Y'all have a wonderful day.
Absolutely. 423. We'll have the movie Maven with us later on. Talk about the wrap-up of Euphoria. I saw parts of it, mostly anything that involves Sydney Sweeney for a moment. I admit it. This is Station Wagon Pete.
Yep.
Good afternoon.
Hey, Pete. How are you?
I'm doing well, sir. Chiming in on this topic, I wouldn't be surprised this code enforcer is running a little bit of a stolen property racket.
Oh.
I wouldn't know, but for somebody else.
Like Lori's saying, is how does he determine what is rubbish and what is a valuable item?
I got news for you. Some of the stuff that I consider treasure, somebody else might think is just junk.
Oh, yeah. Big time.
Homemade stuff by my
Big
daughter,
time.
things like that. Those are the things I would run in and save from a fire. I can always replace furniture. I can't replace something she created when she was 4 years old.
Nope.
Right, and there's many thrift shops that are around this area, and especially in Prattville,
Yes.
I would not be surprised if going in the back door of one of these places as a charitable contribution.
Well, again, it's Prattville, so my immediate reaction is to give them the benefit of the doubt that it's just a rule that I don't think should be in place. There's got to be a better way.
Yeah.
But Pete, thank you so. It's great to hear from you, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You take care. Have a good afternoon.
We're working on it. It's 4:20. Look at it's 4:25 already. This has become a rather hot topic. We'll have Skipper checking traffic here in just a minute.
This is a hot topic.
1819 news. Just ahead, who we have?
L.
Hey.
Hi.
I just wanted to tell you guys about my horror story with the city of Montgomery and their abatement contractors. This happened last year to me. We did receive notice that we needed to cut our grass, and there was some like junk on the side of my house.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when the time came, my husband had not cleaned it up, and so they came. It was a group of ruffians, looked like some felons, came to my house.
They sent the chain
While
gang.
I
eh?
was not, the only person that was home was my 13-year-old son, and they went to my door multiple times. But at the end of the day, they ended up going into my backyard, taking, I'm not even sure what all they took, but there was a dump truck out front, and going through my yard with a heavy equipment. I don't know what it's actually called, but it looked kind of like a digger with one of those big diggers in the front. Tore my yard completely up because they were trying to get to my neighbor's backyard to clean up a whole bunch of like trees and weeds, and like it looked like a jungle back there. But they tore my yard up to get to hers and removed all kinds of things out of my yard and told me that it was going to be $2,500 as a lien on my property.
Wow.
And let my dog out. When I got home, my dog
Oh, my
was running
God.
wild. Yes, and I got home and I was irate, obviously. And I got into it with the owner of this company, and he shows up in a City of Montgomery shirt as if he's an employee of the City of Montgomery, knowing that's a conflict of interest.
Yeah.
It was crazy. I wrote an 8-page letter to my city council person, and I never heard anything back.
Well, of course,
So-
they're busy with Gay Pride Month and other priorities.
Well, it was awful, and I was distressed, and it was a horrible experience, and so I feel for the woman in Prattville. But it goes on here too.
I can hear it in your voice. It's just, I really have heard very little about any of this kind of thing. I knew about the mowing thing. Remember when I used to play vigilante lawnmower man?
Yep.
Some of my neighbors would get overgrown, and I would cut their lawn in the stealth. I knew they were at work.
But you were doing something to help them.
Yeah.
You know?
I wasn't doing it to hurt them. I was doing it. Maybe they didn't feel good, whatever.
And that's the thing. You don't know the story behind what's going on. It could be an
And
elderly
from what
person.
I've heard, it's not the City of Montgomery, whatever the department is going around looking for these things. They're not even waiting on calls to come in. They're going around looking, and then they're making money off of it, basically.
Well, it could be some of the lawn companies that are trying to get business, because some
Yeah.
of them have a contract with the City of Montgomery
Oh.
to then go in and mow your
That's a
grass.
hell of a way to recruit business.
Yeah. So
Well,
they
I'm
may be-
fairly sure a city employee does not need to be on the abatement list of companies that can do that. So.
Right.
Nope.
Wow. Stephen Reed's Montgomery. Ain't it great? Thank you for the call, Elle, and good luck in the future.
Thank you, El.
Appreciate you
All right,
sharing
bye.
that with us.
Bye-bye.
Wow.
Got a lot of calls on this subject.
Yes, we did.
Apparently, this is a hot button issue.
And we'll pick it up again tomorrow when we find out what Lori says at the
About
council
the
meeting
meeting,
tonight.
yeah.
But sometimes this is the only way you can bring it to somebody's attention. But I'd love if there's a lawyer listening. I know we have some.
Yep.
If you have a take on this, maybe we're missing a bigger point here as to what can and can't be done. But man, no warrant. You can just show up and take. I thought only the IRS could do that.
Yeah.
Because they seem to write their own laws, to their
That's
convenience. Holy crap. All right. It is 4:30. California primaries tonight. Results in 3 months when their abacus You know they're going to try and steal
Oh,
something.
of course.
It's going to have to be overwhelming. But I so badly want to see Spencer Pratt kick ass in that election. That I will be
That would be
Mr.
nice.
I'll be Mr. Cheerful tomorrow morning. I usually am anyway, but
still,
I'll be ebullient.
that would be nice.
Not just cheerful. I'll be ebullient tomorrow morning. For the traffic dungeon, 1819 news to follow. Skipper.
Well, currently, our two accidents that are being worked, one involving a motorcycle, I-85 southbound, right past Perry Hill Road. And up at Millbrook, Highway 14 at Ingram Road, we had an accident there, busy place. Light to moderate building, afternoon traffic all over Montgomery, Prattville, Millbrook, and in Wetumpka. High school students, Trenton State Community College dual enrollment program lets you earn college credit while you're still in high school. Take the first step towards your college journey. Go to TrentonState.edu for more information. Buckle up, Wendell J. Montgomery Skywatch traffic.
News is brought to you by Budget Floors and More, your new best friend.
1819 News.
U.S. Senator Tommy Tuberville was on Newsmax this past weekend where he doubled down on defending the recently created compensation fund within the Department of Justice. That fund was created to hear and address those who have been unjustly targeted by a weaponized government.
The Democrats want to weaponize the federal government. And if we ever do that, and which we did for 4 years under Joe Biden, then we're not going to have a country left. We're going to be fighting in the streets. And so President Trump's exactly right. You know, we need to help these people that were arrested, thrown in jail for a year, 2 years, lost their businesses, lost their families, or dead broke. And again, they weren't given due process. Now, we do not need to help people that went after law enforcement agents.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen. Todd Blanche came and told us all as a group last week, all the Republican senators, that's not going to happen. But the people that are against this, Ed, are the same people that for 4 years, Republicans and Democrats, that voted for $300 billion to be sent to Ukraine, which we know probably half to even maybe more than that was stolen by the corrupt politicians in Ukraine. And we're worried about helping American citizens. Come on, give me a break.
I'll be back with more Alabama stories after this.
Covenant Rescue Group seeks to directly support organizations and agencies that are fighting the global battle against human trafficking. They do this through funding, procuring, and advocating. You can go to covenantrescue.org for further details. They need your donations, guys. Hop on and donate.
A judge has denied bond to a man who is charged with the murder of a retired Auburn University professor who was out walking her dog. Harold Dabney III faces 2 counts of capital murder in regards to Julie Schnell. Her body was found in Kiesel Park on September of last year. Her truck had been stolen from that park. Trial for Dabney is set to begin this August. I'm Andrea Tice.
For more news affecting Alabamians, go to 1819news.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the daily newsletter.
Hardwood, tile, carpet, flooring tools, and installation supplies. Find it all at Budget Floors and More in Montgomery. Big selection, contractor pricing, and personal service you won't find at the big boxes. Across from Publix in Del Reyta and online at budgetfloorsmgm.com.
What does it mean for a nation to be successful? I'm Stephanie Bryan, Tribal Chair and CEO of the Poarch Creek Indians. We believe a successful nation gives back. As we've built economic opportunity and prosperity, the Poarch Creek Indians have been able to give back to our neighbors in Alabama and beyond. More than $37 million since 2021 alone. From education and health care to tornado relief, learn more about our charitable giving at PoarchCreekIndians.org.
2026 marks 60 years that hope has had a home in Alabama. At the Alabama Sheriff's Youth Ranches, children who've lost everything through no fault of their own have found something priceless. A safe place to live, a loving Christian family, and the chance to simply be kids again. Here, boys and girls grow up surrounded by care, guidance, and faith, learning right from wrong, learning responsibility, learning they are valued and that their lives have purpose. As the Alabama Sheriffs have believed for 6 decades, it's easier to build boys and girls than to repair men and women. These former ranchers are now teachers, parents, business owners, and leaders, living proof that love, structure, and faith can change a life forever. As the Alabama Sheriff's Youth Ranches celebrate 60 years of serving Alabama's children, you can help ensure the next child has the same chance. Learn how you can make a difference at AlabamaSheriff'sYouthRanches.org. 60 years of building lives, and we're just getting started.
Hey there, I'm Kim Williams with Alabama Home Mortgage. Our partnership with Blue Water Broadcasting has reached thousands of listeners in the river region. People listen, people call. Now there's mortgage savings for us all.
Radio reaches over 90% of everyone in the river region. Shouldn't your ads be out there where your customers are? Call us to find out more. Blue Water Broadcasting. Local folks helping local business.
Live, local talk. The River Region's most trusted voice for news and opinion. News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
Now it's time for America's favorite daytime fun show.
I feel like the show's going to be great.
I think we got a show. Oh, yeah, we got a show. We definitely got a show. Oh, yeah, this show.
Because this show is important.
Are you engaged to two people and want to make a choice on our show?
It's showtime. Right now.
Did your spouse or lover leave you for a relative and you want to confront them both on our show?
Sorry about that. The show's gotten a little lowbrow.
It's showtime, baby. All the shows will be doing it. Thank you, America. That's our show.
Great, man. Okay, it's magic time.
Well, now listen, you have a great show.
We got a great show for you today.
4:35. Are you?
Indeed, it is.
Amused or
concerned?
Horrified by this Graham Plattner character? I mean, he's meeting with Democratic senators. Never mind the Auschwitz tattoo on the chest and some of the other aberrant behaviors he's demonstrated. He's a Democrat, so he must be good, right? I mean, forget the tattoo.
Well, the problem is that sometimes people are attractive to voters because they've got this image of a rugged individual and they talk good and they look good and
like to send pictures of his pee-pee.
Yeah, and you start finding out things about them that you realize, wait a minute, this person is not who you think they are. I mean, his mother gave him $200,000 to buy a house. His income is $60,000 a year from disability from the military.
But isn't he the same one that was making fun of certain injured veterans?
Oh, yes, he was.
Oh,
calling him a waste of flesh, and that he's lucky that the bullet didn't hit him, and that sort of. I mean, just
look at Chuck Schumer is behind this guy.
Well, that tells you something right there. That tells you that he's not a good dude. But it's all to them about power.
That's right. It's just about getting the Senate back so they can spend the next 2 years impeaching Trump for made up stuff.
We don't care about his sexual picadillos. We don't care about the fact that he's a big old jerk. All we care about is that he will bring us voters. We will get power again. And that's sad. It's really sad. They no longer think about what's good for us, the people. They're thinking about how can I line my own pockets? How can I get money? How can I get power? How can I get control? And that's sad. That's not what our founding fathers wanted.
No, it's just this goes to show the depth the Democrats are willing to sink to get that power back.
Yeah, and
to get behind this guy who apparently fooled enough people early on. Nobody really vetted him.
And it's on both sides of the aisle. We've got Republicans that are doing the same.
Oh, God. We're weeding some of them out, though.
I'm hoping.
Thomas Massey, bye-bye.
And I think that's one of the reasons why Trump...
Did you see, so there was a video. Massey was bragging about his post-election trip to Costa Rica with Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Oh.
And another couple.
Interesting.
Boy, did he catch hell on in the comments for that.
I'll bet he did. Because there's some interesting questions.
What the Democrats are doing here, Schumer in particular, but also Bernie. This guy, he's got a Nazi tattoo on his chest, Bernie.
Yep.
He apparently probably doesn't like Jews. I'm just taking a wild guess. Isn't Bernie, Schumer, they're Jewish? You're okay, but this is okay. Again, as long as we get to keep the power.
Yep. As long as Bernie
gets freaking sick is that?
As long as Bernie gets to keep, how many houses does he have? 3, 4?
Socialism is for the socialists, you see. Because Bernie knows he's earned those things by leading.
Well, they belong to me now. They don't belong to you. They belong to me.
I'm not rich.
I'm not rich. I just have a lot of stuff.
Meanwhile,
that's worth a lot of money.
There's a lot of money leaving the states these people represent, and they don't seem to understand why.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
So it's going to be interesting. And of course, we don't know what's going to happen in Iran at the moment. The Iranian president stepped down, so we don't really know who's in charge over there.
And now here's a politician of integrity. Dancing Timmy Waltz. He decided to open a commission on the truth about ICE.
The truth.
And he named the judge from the Chauvin trial, the George Floyd trial, to lead it.
Well,
as David Blackman would say, you couldn't make these people up in a million billion years, and if you could, why would you?
Well, it was the truth from a certain point of view. Yes.
Sure it was.
Yes. Like in that movie, that crucial scene in Pressure, where he was like,
"We're coming back."
Yeah, you're showing what you want to show. You're not showing everything.
Well, first of all, I'm very glad that Lori's topic on the invasion of her property in Prattville by city officials and just arbitrarily taking whatever they thought was junk.
Yep.
We got a lot of calls on that.
Yep.
She's not the only one that's pissed off about that. And she'll join us again tomorrow. Pamela will be here tomorrow.
Oh, good.
And I do believe the movie Maven will be joining us at 5:35. There's a great picture of Gavin Newsom. Liberal playbook. Promise everything, deliver nothing, then blame somebody else. That's how it works. And it's better at it than that SOB.
Yeah, that's a consummate politician right there.
Tommy Tuberville will be on the morning show Thursday at 7:30.
Oh, sweet. That'll be good.
Looking forward to that. And they're still playing the same games with him.
Yeah. Boy, didn't he win that primary handily, though?
Rather.
That was nice. That was very nice. And is he going up against good old Doug Jones? Bless his heart.
Well, he did get to be in the Senate for a couple of years. Thank you, Jeff Sessions, for that.
Yeah, well.
Situation.
I'm just sitting here just going,
All right, so we
boy, didn't have a chance.
Brand at 5:15, movie Maven at 5:35. And when we come back from this break, we're going to talk about a new movie called Pressure.
Well, just a little bit back, we had an accident on Highway 14 at Ingram Road up in the Millbrook area. We're hoping that one has been taken care of, but use caution there. In Prattville, Wetumpka, Montgomery, light to mostly moderate building afternoon traffic, and we are beginning to get busy. Boulevards, especially 65 and 85 through downtown. We'll keep you updated. Get $4,000 customer cash on a new Toyota Tundra at McKinnon Toyota. At the lowest tax rates in Alabama, and it's worth the drive. McKinnon Toyota, exit 212 off I-65 in Clanton. Buckle up, Wendell J. McCuffrey Skywatch traffic.
And this is a painting of my grandfather, the only one he ever had made.
Sometime, take a close look around your house.
This sewing machine was my Aunt Mary's.
If you have possessions that are irreplaceable, consider this. Each year, over 65,000 American homes suffer a fire due to an electrical problem. Are our possessions safe? To know for sure, call Crosby Electric, your exclusive provider of Current Safe, the world's foremost home diagnostic system. Using high-tech equipment, Crosby Electric will check your hidden wiring, panel box, light switches, and electrical outlets to pinpoint potential problems and make sure your things are safe.
Oh, my daughter's second grade art project. I'd die if something happened to this.
Some things can't be replaced by insurance. Don't wait another day. Call 272-2085 for an in-home no-obligation assessment or visit crosbyelectric.com. Don't just think it's safe. Know it's safe.
Now you'll be safe with Current Safe.
Hi, I'm Carl Schmidt, naturopath and owner of the Herb Shop Wellness Center at 8161 Vaughan Road. You know, with over 30 years experience in natural wellness, I've seen countless health fads come and go. A few years ago, we added a patented technology that actually activates your stem cells. It reverses the aging process at the cellular level. However, you do need proper hydration and targeted nutrition. At the Herb Shop, our advanced scanning and testing technology allows us to accurately assess your nutritional needs and get a customized plan for you. Come in today and see what the Herb Shop can do for you.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state, while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com.
We get a lot of questions about what all we handle at Hannah and Eddie Realty Group. I'm Hannah Grantham.
And I'm Eddie Bader, and we will handle all of your real estate needs.
We handle all your buying and selling needs, from your first home, next home, land, investment property, and even commercial properties.
We do it all and have the experience that shows you what makes us different.
So when you think real estate, think Hannah and Eddie Realty Group. Look us up on Facebook or give us a call at 334-368-6358. And let us show you who you have on your sign matters.
Rich Thomas Weather, a service of Riverside Chevrolet Wetumpka. If it's Chevy, it's Riverside. Best price, best selection. Check them out on the web at riversideusa.net.
Hi, everybody. We've got some better weather days in our future. For tonight, the risk of scattered showers and storms will end early in the evening before fading out. Then cooler, low temperature tonight down to about 63. Tomorrow, really just a perfect day with sunshine, low humidity, high temperature up around 80. Mostly clear skies, pleasantly cool Wednesday night with a low temperature down to about 57. Some nice weather Thursday and Friday, comfortable days, high 83 Thursday, 86 Friday, lows at night around 60, and maybe some spotty storms returning on Saturday and Sunday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
The River Region's News Talk Station. News Talk 93.1, WACV. News Talk 93.1.
Do you want to live a longer, healthier life? Then ask your doctor to ask his veterinarian friend to ask a pet shelter about dogs. Dogs aren't a drug, but they force you to get off your fat butt and take them out 2 or 3 times a day while giving you the unconditional love you're lacking from so-called friends and family. Side effects of dogs may include standing out in the rain waiting for your dog to poop, ruined chair legs, slippers and carpets, and unaffordable vet bills. Consult a mental health professional immediately if you find yourself canceling plans because your dog looked sad. Say goodbye to loneliness and most of your bed, and say hello to a long life with dogs. Dogs not available for Michael Vick or Christine Ohm.
If my dog is looking at me sad, I'm not going out. I'm sorry. That's a hard and fast rule. If it's really a concerning, sad look and not a manipulation, which it probably is anyway.
But you know, that's one of the things that they talk about. They've done some studies on that older people really do much better if they've got a dog or a cat.
You are 100% correct. Yes,
it gives them purpose.
Because look, I've seen some awful situations. We that was a project we took on in Miami.
Yep.
Touring the public facilities for the aged, we heard what was going on. I, out of my pocket, chartered 2 buses, asked for volunteers, fed everybody, and we went and visited these places on a Sunday.
Oh wow!
And what we saw was so heartbreaking. People so desperate for anybody to even acknowledge their existence.
Any kind of contact.
I had to go into the stairwell multiple times and just let it out. The sadness, it was just awful. They were just so happy to talk to anybody. So a dog for companionship, if the family's not there, I mean, that's ideal. So Rich Thomas and I and you all saw the movie Pressure over the weekend because we love stories that are based on reality. Something actually happened.
Yep. You guys went to the 11:30 show?
Yes.
All right. We went to the 2:15 show because we had a church event. So me and Mrs. Thespian went, and I was impressed. It was much better than I thought it would be. Much better. The costuming was amazing. The whole setting, the telling of the story, it was extremely well written. I didn't realize it was based on a play. There's a play that was written back in 2014.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So all those sequences where they're having the conversations, I was like, yeah, I can see how this is a play.
Hey, if they do the play, like at the old Cloverdale Playhouse, I nominate Chris Polk to play Eisenhower.
Oh, he'd be great.
He could do it.
He'd be great. And I think that was the one thing that kind of brought you out a little bit, because you could tell that's Brendan Fraser. That's not Ike. He wasn't doing a very good Eisenhower impersonation.
No. Look, I'm not somebody that's heard of Ike and never studied the man. I have studied history. It is my favorite thing.
Well, we've got film, lots of film on him, delivering speeches and his mannerisms and all that.
First of all, you probably heard Eisenhower's actual D-Day speech the morning of the invasion.
Yep.
And it was delivered in a steady, even tone. But when they recreated it in the movie, they had Brendan Fraser read it, and it sounded like a political speech, and it wasn't. It wasn't like that at all, and I got news for you. First of all, Brendan Fraser is heavier and rounder of face than Eisenhower.
Yes.
And there were times when Eisenhower was a 5-star general because of his organizational skills and calm, his methodical approach to solving problems, like where to put 300,000 men and where do we put the rubber army and all this stuff. He was not one to get worked up. And when he did, I'm sorry, Brendan Fraser reminded me of Rodney Dangerfield, not Dwight Eisenhower. He did.
Yeah.
Similar nose. I mean, well, you get no respect here. That's my forecast.
Well, that pose where he stood there with his hands on his hips, and I'm like,
yeah.
Ooh, okay.
So,
I need an answer. I need you to tell me.
But
yeah,
the story is about one meteorologist in particular who is ranked the highest.
Yeah.
Who's standing up to the pressure from all sides.
Everybody.
Including an obnoxious American weatherman who is basing his forecast for D-Day. It's going to be perfect. Where's it going to be? Because in 1925, it was sunny on this date. Not
1929.
All these charts.
Yeah.
This guy actually studied meteorology and said, no, there's going to be a serious storm. You cannot go on the 5th. And Eisenhower finally says, okay. The twist in the movie is when that same weatherman says, I think there's going to be a break. And the cool part is he invites the American meteorologist to give his opinion.
Yeah, I need you to check these numbers for me.
Because we may be able to do it on the 6th.
Yeah. And it's great because that actor playing the American meteorologist did a great job of somebody who's been humbled. Because in the movie, there's this beautiful scene where they all go to the church service and it's sunny outside. The British meteorologist is questioning, okay, am I wrong? And then as he's sitting out under a tree, you see the storm come in. You see the wind pick up, and here comes the storm.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, the people in the church building are hearing thunder.
Yep.
And the rain starts hitting the window, and Eisenhower walks outside into the storm and then turns and looks at that meteorologist full in the eyes and just nods.
Yeah.
And he was like, okay, you were right. You were right. But it takes a lot of guts for one person to stand up to all those brass.
Yeah.
That scene was incredible.
It was.
Where they were like, you telling me we can't go?
He was convinced the weather would be rotten on June 5th.
Yep.
And he stuck with it,
Yep.
much to his credit.
And he was right.
Had they tried to launch the invasion on the 5th, the casualties would have been incalculable.
But the fact that he was still looking at the data, still checking everything, and noticed, okay, part of this is slowing down. We've got a window.
Yes.
It's not going to be good. It's not going to be perfect.
But good enough.
But it's survivable. It's within the range that you gave me. And that's the thing that's brilliant about this whole thing. We knew how it turns out. We knew that they invaded on June the 6th. So,
by the way, the scenes of D-Day were incredibly authentic.
Awesome. Because they mixed in, stuff that they shot with actual war footage.
Yes.
And I thought that was very well done.
It was.
Done. And that whole tension in the blockhouse when they're just, can we get word back? What's going on? Give us any news, what's going on? Did you make it to the beach? Are there any casualties? It was a beautiful way to illustrate the fact that they were still not certain it's going to work.
Now, I may have an issue with Brendan Fraser playing Ike.
Yeah.
And the way he played him. I'm sure the director asked him to portray Ike the way he was. I thought it was inaccurate.
Yeah, but I still think he did a good job with what he had.
Yes.
With what he had.
But is it still a good movie? Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Because the story is bigger than any actor in it.
Well, Andrew Scott, who plays the British meteorologist, is brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant. That phone call that he got from the hospital going, "We don't know where your wife is."
Yeah.
The hospital's been bombed.
That's part of the
We don't know where your
drama.
wife is.
He's trying to make the biggest decision in military history. It's his gig. And then with all of that going on, he's got to deal with the unknown whereabouts of his wife, who was pregnant, having the baby, and was in a hospital that was bombed by the Germans.
Yeah. So it's a very cool movie. Plus, the actress who played Kay Summersby
was very
perfect.
Good. Yes,
perfect.
I'm glad they didn't drag it into the affair that she and Ike had.
Yeah,
but clearly she did a great job of playing a woman with some authority and an unbreachable relationship without being, coming off like a feminist.
Yeah, and very much a woman of that time.
Women who have that gift never have to announce that to anybody.
No.
They just have it.
She was a very capable person. And by all regards, historically, she was a very capable person. She was a wonderful chauffeur. She was a good person
worked her way up through the ranks
for Ike to bounce ideas off of. And there is some speculation about, did they have a sexual relationship? There's some people saying, well, they were very cordial to each other, but they really didn't consummate that relationship sexually. I don't know if we'll ever know for sure.
Even one of my new favorite presidents, Garfield, did have some sexual meanderings, but the woman that played his wife in that movie was awesome.
Yeah.
In the 4-part series on Netflix.
Yeah.
Watch some of that.
She was amazing.
I mean, okay, I like Sydney Sweeney with not much on, but I'd rather watch Death by Lightning on Netflix or this movie we just saw, Pressure. There's always time for
because
Sydney Sweeney.
It gives you this idea of the humanity. I mean, we think politics is crazy and divisive now. It was crazy and divisive back then with Garfield. And
it's always been this way. Like we see some of the ads, like the stuff Pratt's running. This is nothing new. Everybody thought, wow, we've really sunk to... No, we haven't sunk to a new low. We're keeping the low that we established hundreds of years ago.
Well, and really, if you think about it, we really haven't protected our presidents extremely well. It wasn't until after McKinley was killed in 1909 at the Buffalo exhibition, when Colgosh. Charlie Guiteau was the one that shot Garfield.
Right.
Who was a crazy man. But Colgosh wrapped his gun in a handkerchief and just walked right up to him and bam, bam. And he didn't die right away. He died 8 weeks later of infection.
Yeah, both of them were killed basically by doctors who refused to embrace the practices of Joseph Lister.
But
Listerine is named for.
Yeah, but it wasn't until after McKinley died that they started ramping up security for the president, trying to protect him.
We had at the top of the 5 o'clock hour here. Time has flown by. Thank you, Master Thespian. The movie Maven at 5:35 this afternoon. Brant at 5:15. And again, now that we're officially, summer doesn't actually start till Father's Day.
I know.
But come on. See, people are going to be traveling.
Yeah.
Schools are closed. Before you go somewhere in your car, get it to one of Don Duncan's 4 locations and get the work, get the preventive maintenance. Have them look at the brakes, tires, fluids, everything, your AC. You don't want any of that stuff breaking while you've got a limited amount of time and a long way to go. Nobody does that better. I was just telling yesterday, I made over 80 round trips to visit Janelle in Miami by car. And I've been to New Orleans 26 times. Father's Day will be 27. And I've never had a problem with the car because I always get to one of Don Duncan's locations for checkup, oil change, and then the works, the diagnostics. Have them look at everything.
Yeah.
And
they'll take good care of you.
They really will. And they'll accommodate you any way they can to get your car in for that service. If you need a lift to your office or home, just say, look, this is my situation. How can we work this out? And they'll do it. 4 locations. Doug Mitchell. My car's been to his place on Bell Road, just north of Vaughan, many times. Downtown at 408 Madison, been there a bunch too. Usually on Saturday morning, first thing, because I'm up early. There's no crowds, and they do a thorough job, but they're good. They're efficient with time. Then you've got two in Millbrook, young, handsome Mitch Duncan at the top of Mount Duncan there on Highway 14 on the top of the hill behind the McDonald's, and a little further to the east on Cusada in Millbrook. Don Duncan All-American Auto and Tire, also on Facebook. Join the VIP club and earn yourself a free service at Don Duncan All-American Auto and Tire. Wholesale price tires, too, by the way, if you need those. 5 o'clock.
Well, just a little bit back, we had an accident on Highway 14 at Ingram Road up in the Millbrook area. We're hoping that one has been taken care of, but use caution there. In Prattville, Wetumpka, Montgomery, light to mostly moderate building afternoon traffic. And we are beginning to get busy. Boulevards, especially 65 and 85 through downtown. We'll keep you updated. Get $4,000 customer cash on a new Toyota Tundra at McKinnon Toyota at the lowest tax rates in Alabama, and it's worth the drive. McKinnon Toyota, exit 212 off I-65 in Clanton. Buckle up. Wendell J. Montgomery Skywatch traffic.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm John Scott. The stock market added to its records as winners of the artificial intelligence boom keep driving higher. The S&P 500 rose 0.1%, edging past the previous all-time high it set a day earlier. The Dow Jones Industrial Average adding 0.4%, and the Nasdaq Composite rose less than 0.1%. Marvell Technology leaped to its biggest gain on record. That's after NVIDIA's CEO suggested it could be the next company to be worth $1 trillion. But Alphabet weighed on the market after the parent company of Google said it's raising $80 billion to help pay for its AI investments. The Dow gained 229 points today to close at 51,307. The Nasdaq up 7 to 27,093. The S&P added 9 points to 7609. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm John Scott.
From weddings and concerts to cookouts and construction sites, TT Porta Toilets has been serving Central Alabama for over 30 years. Whether you need standard portable toilets with wash stations or upscale restroom trailers for special events, the Tierce family has the right solution for every occasion. So when you're planning your next big event or project, make it easy on yourself. Call 285-5513 or visit ttportatoilet.com. TT Porta Toilets. Clean, convenient, dependable.
I was in foot pain for 20 years, trying to give it relief, buying all these different insoles. Drugstore insoles, custom insoles. I spent thousands of dollars. I bought all these products, and not a single one worked. I really, truly needed to have relief in my feet. And the Good Feet arch supports were what gave me the relief I needed.
For over 20 years, we've been helping people like Teresa actually live the life they love without their feet getting in the way.
They wanted to make sure that I got something that my feet felt good in, not somebody else's feet. I love the fact that I can wear these arch supports in all my shoes. I have boots, I have cowboy boots, I have running shoes, I have walking shoes, I have flat shoes, I have heels. It makes me so happy. If you ask my husband, he will crack up because there is no store I would rather go in than a shoe store. I'm Teresa, and that's my Good Feet story.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
We're located at 7341 East Chase Parkway in the shops at East Chase. Now hiring.
Dewan Walker has been an Alabama Power customer since 1999.
We're being squeezed on every side. We hear about Alabama Power freezing their rates. That's the best news we can get. Alabama Power rate freeze will provide real relief for Alabama working families. Alabama Power is protecting their customers by making data centers pay their full costs. It makes me feel at peace. Alabama Power is really stepping up and doing what's right for customers.
June is National Accordion Month. Oh, here's a safety note. Never play an accordion naked.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusada, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
Here's your 5 o'clock.
With SRN News, I'm Keith Peters in Washington. Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche said the Trump administration is scrapping plans to create a $1.8 billion fund meant to compensate allies of the Republican president after widespread political backlash and setbacks in the courts. Iran stopped communicating with mediators after Israel threatened to bomb Beirut as it fights the Lebanese militia Hezbollah. That's according to two semi-official Iranian news agencies, but President Trump is disputing the claim and says talks are continuing. The reports on Tuesday by the Fars and Tasnim agencies comes as Iran insists the fighting in Lebanon is part of the wider ceasefire talks with the United States over the war. On Wall Street, the Dow by 228 points, the Nasdaq rose 7. This is SRN News.
Maybe this is you too. There's enormous frustration right now with healthcare costs. It is amazing. Healthcare costs for families in the last 20 years have almost tripled, and it just keeps getting worse. All this to say, this is why MediShare is so in demand right now. People are looking for alternatives, and MediShare is proven you can save thousands of dollars a year and actually like it more. Over 1 million Americans are now part of healthcare sharing, and MediShare is the gold standard. It's trusted. It works. It's been helping people save money and have peace of mind now for 30 plus years. It's not some big impersonal thing either. It's a community of people like you helping each other. So yeah, if you're frustrated too, here's your chance to make a refreshing change. You'll notice the difference as soon as you call. They're easy to talk to. You can get a price within 2 minutes. Here is the number. Call 844-45-BIBLE. That's 844-45-BIBLE. 844-45-BIBLE.
5:05, Brett McDonald coming up. Rich's forecast ahead. The movie Maven at 5:35. Today is Dana Carvey's 71st birthday. So how about some Dana Carvey comedy on capitalism versus socialism?
All right.
I don't know. To me, I'm a boomer, but to me, capitalism is an Apple store. Socialism is the Department of Motor Vehicles.
Yeah.
And I love them Department of Motor Vehicles. Sweaty, pissed off workers that can't get fired, just yelling, and they laugh at you. You got the wrong line, you idiot. Then you go to an Apple store, it's like a Stanley Kubrick film, Welcome to the Apple store. Do you like all of our beautiful toys? Are you in the market for a 2017 fully loaded MacBook Pro with, wait for it, to 64 gigabytes of storage? Or would you like to visit the Genius Bar for some mental stimulation?
After not caring about the truth, actively advocating for certain politicians, now that Barry Weiss has been tasked with cleaning up CBS News,
Yep.
the staffers on 60 Minutes are getting a little freaky, especially Scott Pelley.
Oh, poor babies.
His brazen attack on the new boss, this is a smart thing. When Barry Weiss is your new boss and you go public and attack her, that's going to sit real well.
Oh, yeah.
And she's got to make decisions. His attack on Barry Weiss's divided staffers at CBS News, with some insiders branding his behavior as bullying and grandstanding, you think? I mean, he is a liberal.
Yep.
That's what they do best. And yet another reckoning it was a setup, the New York Post has learned. Pelley laced into Nick Bilton, the new executive producer of 60 Minutes, on Monday during a meet and greet with staffers, calling out the boss and his lack of TV experience, challenging his vision, and telling him he will never be welcomed here. What did he accomplish? One CBS source said of Pelley's explosive attack. He embarrassed the company and the leadership.
Wow.
Yeah, he sure did. I mean, this guy, I don't know what his age is, 60s, 70s, whatever. He's a moron. Based on the rule book of any job.
Yeah. You don't bite the hand that feeds you.
Network sources said Bilton and CBS News editor-in-chief Barry Weiss had tried to speak privately ahead of the meeting with Pelley, who was fuming about the network's firing of 60 Minutes correspondent Sharon Alfonsi, Cecilia Vega, executive producer Tanya Simon, and other top producers last week. This was a setup. This was Scott going off for show. This was just a show. He wants to stand up for journalism. Yeah, the kind that gets you sued and it has you paying out millions of dollars because
with a capital J.
Yeah, you screwed around with the truth. Jerk off, jeez. A second source agreed that Pelley's tactics were problematic. That's a good word. Noting the correspondent should have met with Weiss or Bilton to at least hear them out. This grandstanding thing is insane. It's third grade playground bullying stuff. That's accurate. This is not the way you conduct yourself. You're not taking down a dictator or someone who has committed war crimes. You're not interviewing Saddam Hussein. It was a little bit of overkill. I'd say a lot.
Yeah, would too.
And I would fire his ass. They should have done it today. Because what Scott Pelley needs to find out is how fast 60 Minutes will be able to continue without him.
Yeah. And how hard it's going to be.
And maybe somebody better.
How hard it's going to be for him to get a job elsewhere.
Well, who wants a prima donna like that?
Nope.
Most people are perplexed in the building. There are people here who think 60 Minutes is arrogant. Somebody in CBS said, yeah, I think you got that nailed down. CBS News journalists sometimes feel like second-class citizens, according to a source, who noted the show ignores pitches from non-60 Minutes producers and dislikes non-60 Minutes journalists appearing on their show. My, oh my, don't we have a nice little club going there? Well, it ain't what it used to be.
No.
That is for sure.
And that's the thing, is that the audience for that show is not what it used to be either.
No, not even close.
And they're struggling to figure out.
60 Minutes was always a top 10 show.
Yep.
And generally with an audience in the 30 to 40 million range, of, even with cable.
And there didn't used to be a biased news organization. It didn't used to be. But
no. The universal to 60 Minutes was if you worked for a government or a company and you saw Mike Wallace in your lobby, you
run.
Yeah.
Run. Find the back door. Get out. Quick.
He wasn't there to pay you compliments. But all those guys, Harry Reasoner, all those guys are long gone.
Oh, yeah.
And then you have Anderson Cooper. What does he have in common with any of the people I just named? If your answer is nothing, you are 100% correct. Not even going to waste my breath trying to make him seem worthy. He's a joke. Progressive allies dismiss controversies. Well, of course they do. Who cares about an Auschwitz tattoo on somebody's chest? He's a Democrat. He must want good things for all, right?
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Exactly.
Well.
All right, we are at 5:12. Brant McDonald will be joining us in a moment. Interesting day with numbers on Wall Street. We'll find out why and what happened.
Welcome to Eclectic Coins, Montgomery's largest coin dealer, specializing in buying and selling investment-grade gold and silver coins. And they have a large selection of rare coins and coins from around the world. Visit them at 543 Northeastern Boulevard or on the web at eclecticcoins.com. Eclectic Coins, where collectors who know go.
I'm Stephanie Bryan, chairwoman of the Porch Creek Indians. Tourism and hospitality are more than industries to the Porch Creek Indians. Providing a warm welcome is part of our heritage. It's central to who we are. From Atmore to Aruba, we've created more than 20 unique travel and tourism destinations, providing unforgettable guest experiences and life-changing career opportunities for our tribe and our neighbors in Alabama and beyond. Learn more at porchcreekindians.org.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by Wiley Sanders Truck Lines.
Truckers, listen up. A $2,500 sign-on bonus only at Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. Work for a company that puts God and family first. 855-777-9785. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines.
Hi, everybody. We've got some better weather days in our future. For tonight, the risk of scattered showers and storms will end early in the evening before fading out. Then cooler, low temperature tonight down to about 63. Tomorrow, really just a perfect day with sunshine, low humidity, high temperature up around 80. Mostly clear skies, pleasantly cool Wednesday night with a low temperature down to about 57. Some nice weather Thursday and Friday, comfortable days, high 83 Thursday, 86 Friday, lows at night around 60, and maybe some spotty storms returning on Saturday and Sunday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. Live local talk, the River Region's only 24-hour News Talk FM station. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Happy birthday, Dana Carvey.
One thing that's funny, we went to Italy and my wife studied Italian for a year so she could speak and everything. So I'm in the gym and I'm on the treadmill, and when it went faster, it said difficoltà. And I thought, I can speak Italian if I add a vowel and cop an attitude. So we're in Lake Como, I know, we're there waiting for the boat to come up, whatever, the ferry. And my wife's trying to figure out how to ask when it's going to arrive. And I just leaned in and went, arrivi the boati. He was our interpreter for a week. It was like, because when you go on Lake Como, every boat driver goes, you like to see at George Clooney's house. They're obsessed with George Clooney. Pictures in every restaurant of George, So after the 10th time, I just yelled at the guy, a stick at the Clooney.
All right, it is 5:15. We should have Brent McDonald joining us here in just a second. We spent some time talking about pressure. Mr. Thesbian and I did it. Yeah. And yes, we do recommend it.
Well worth your time.
Those who like a well-done movie on a real story, absolutely, and it's one to see. By the way, the scenes from the D-Day landing were mighty authentic.
Yeah.
Real gut punch kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the Liberty Beverly imbecile from Liberty Mutual commercials.
I hope he's getting paid well.
They should pay us to watch him.
Yeah. The woman Flo, that plays the character Flo on the Progressive commercial, she's doing quite well.
I believe that will be Mr. McDonald. Please confirm when you can at 5:15.
Hey, brother, let me put you on hold.
Okay, Mr. Right on the Money is here. Brent McDonald from Invista Advisors. Hey, Brent.
Greg, hey, how are you?
Weird day today. Came in, Dow was down a couple of hundred, about 2.5 at one point. Yeah. By the time the morning show was over, it was in the green, well over 51. Then it went back down and then finished up. What was driving all of that activity today?
I mean, I think it was a confluence of news flow. First of all, obviously we continue to monitor Iran, and there was just ongoing news flow this morning. But then, around the mid-morning, we did get the JOLTS data. JOLTS stands for Job Openings and Labor Turnover Rates. The job openings number was shockingly higher than everyone expected, especially in professional services. It was probably the single biggest monthly increase, I think, in decades. I mean, it just was really, really something. And I think the market felt emboldened when it saw that report, just because they realized, these companies are actually hiring. And, remember, Greg, there's been all this ongoing discussion about AI and job displacement, and that AI was going to crush, the services labor force. And when you see a job openings number like that, it just really you have to scratch your head and go, wow, maybe not so fast. Or maybe there are jobs out there at AI firms. This is kind of, so there's been two sides to the two different camps on that. I mean, it's the one camp that says it's going to decimate jobs. The other one says, no, it's no different than what we've seen in the last 150 years in this country with the Industrial Revolution and so on and so forth, where we just sort of reinvent ourselves and the labor force just changes sort of its constitution or its colors, if you will, the structure. Yeah. And I think the same thing could be happening here. It's still early, but the bottom line is that was a big-time number, and it caught people off guard. So it'll be interesting to see tomorrow. Tomorrow morning we do get the ADP private sector payroll numbers. And then, of course, we mentioned this yesterday, Friday is the big one. From the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the Department of Labor, non-farm payrolls. So we'll get a look at unemployment number, both the U3, the U6, we'll also see average hourly earnings and hours worked per week. So all of that is going to, I think, really be sort of kind of a driving force as we trade on Friday and certainly into the weekend. But you look at this market, I think, Greg, and it's just amazing to me. You see that we continue to propel higher in the face of adversity, certainly with a crazy geopolitical backdrop like we have. But if you look at at what's moving the market, again, we're kind of, several months back, we saw a really healthy broadening out of the market. It was very constructive for the markets because you remember last year we kept talking about the Magnificent Seven and how it, controlled basically 40% of the market.
Mm-hmm.
We were actually doing quite a bit of good work in the market, seeing a rotation out of those names and into other areas of the market that we call that market breadth. But here in the last couple of months, you look at the move that we've seen in the market, which is over 20%, and really we're back to about 6 or 7 names that are accounting for nearly all of that move in the market. So, you do kind of want to be a little cautious. I will say this, people listening to me, you may be in this camp. We're getting phone calls left and right. This is not unusual. You see these tech stocks, a lot of big momentum names, and everyone wants a piece of the action. And usually when the phones are ringing off the hook and they want to buy these companies, that's typically when you're at a near-term top. And I'm not saying it's in all capital letters the top. It's just that I think for those people who are interested in maybe investing a little money in some of these types of companies, wait for a little pullback. Get you a better entry place. Or another way to view it is don't put all your money in at one time. Maybe think about it in terms of a third each time. Because we are kind of trading in rare air, particularly semiconductors and such. So, last thing I will say, Greg, of course, the jobs number is a big one, but then, next week it looks like we're going to get the SpaceX IPO. That could change. It could push into the following week. But as of right now, it looks like we're going to get that IPO next week. That's a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
In and of itself. So, and I want to talk more about that when we have some time too, because particularly as it relates to passive investing in the broad market indexes, because SpaceX is going to be added to the S&P 500 pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And that will have some pretty significant implications. But outside of that, man, we're pushing on. We're working hard during the day for our clients. And then, Greg, I mentioned it yesterday, in the afternoons and evenings, we're working hard with these all-star teams. It's baseball season. And so it's all hands on deck in every respect.
Man, we appreciate the insights. And when is it you're going to be out of town?
2 weeks. I'm going to be out of town 2 weeks. Yeah.
Today.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get Brant to come by that afternoon in Sidekick. We've been trying to get him back live in the studio for a while.
Oh man, that'd be so cool.
Brant, we'll follow up on that. Okay.
Yeah, please do.
That would be the 15th.
I think
or
so.
the 16th.
Yeah. Let me double check.
I can probably
16th.
make that work.
The 16th.
All right. Have your people get back to my people, and we'll confirm it and look forward to it. That'll be great.
Yeah, you got it. You got it, my friend. Y'all have a great evening, and
Thank you.
We'll chat tomorrow.
All right.
The opinions voiced in this material are for general information only and are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual. All performance referenced is historical and is no guarantee of future results. All indices are unmanaged and may not be invested into directly. The opinions expressed in this material do not necessarily reflect the views of LPL Financial. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Investment advice is offered through Invista Advisors, registered investment advisor and separate entity from LPL Financial.
I have all these random facts left over from the morning show.
Hey, did I tell you what I paid for gas yesterday?
No.
At the MAPCO on Vaughn Road. I got my 3-cent discount. With my 3-cent discount, I paid $3.45 a gallon.
Okay, I did.
It was nice.
That's great. Sunday, I did $3.61 at the Circle K with my 3-cent discount.
Yeah. So maybe things are slowly stabilizing with the gas situation. All right, let me see what you got on your pile there.
Well, we're going to take a break here. We got to check traffic.
Yep.
When we come back, we have a clip. Somebody tried to get Marco Rubio today, and I think this clip will demonstrate why I think he's going to be our next president. No matter what Joey said. 5:23.
We have an accident East Boulevard. If you're crossing over I-85, the bridges just before Carmichael, the accident is off on the left near the turn lanes. They're trying to get that out of the roadway. Use caution there. Also, a medical emergency, 65 northbound, right before mile marker 179 Cobbsford Road. Please watch out for medics that might be on the scene there. Keep it here for updates. Davis Door and Sash, your trusted source for quality replacement windows and doors. Save 10% on materials when you mention this ad. Visit davisdoorandsashalabama.com. Call 334-288-6010. Buckle up when we'll check Montgomery Skywatch traffic.
At Montgomery Men's Health, we saw a bunch of patients last month. Almost none came because of an ad. They came because something happened. A fight with a wife who finally said, "Get help." A breakup. A new relationship that made them aware of things they used to ignore. A photo a friend tagged them in. One guy said he just stared at himself in the mirror. And that was enough. If today's your day, call right now. 334-440-3663. I'm Dr. Smith, urologist and advisor to Montgomery Men's Health. Built on almost 15 years of treating men in Alabama, one patient at a time. Dedicated to ED, low T, and male performance. Here's what happens when you call. We book you this week. We'll get a lab in an hour. For ED, we walk you through your real options at the same visit. A plan before you leave. Don't let today turn into next year. Call now. 334-440-3663. That's 334-440-3663. MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com.
Behind every clean lobby, every polished boardroom, every safe, spotless workplace, there's Janie King Franchise Center who takes pride in making it happen. These are your neighbors, people who live here, work here, and care about the businesses that shape our community. They show up, they follow through, and they make sure your facility is ready for the day, every day. That's why companies across the community trust Janie King as their local cleaning partner. Visit JanieKingCleans.com today.
On FM, on your smartphone, and online, the River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
It's happy hour, come gather round. Greg and Pamela break it all down. Talking politics and the whacked out world. Every headline makes the chaos swirl.
It's time for a smoke break.
David Justin, Monday and Thursday. Happy hour. Mr. Thespian feels Tuesday spotlight. Eddie Duff on Friday with some snacks. Laugh a little louder while the whole world swirls. Hanging out in the chat will change your world.
On Happy Hour.
You stick with me long enough and you end up in a song.
I like it. I like it.
I wish I had money to give you. I don't.
It's all right.
But
one of these days. One of these days. But I'm having fun and I'm learning a lot and I'm just getting the feel for this. I feel like I'm just now. I've been doing this for a couple of years now, and I feel just now like I'm in the groove. I can do this thing. I got to learn how to run the board. So
that is critical. I'm still working on it.
Yeah.
I get forgetful at times.
Yeah.
But I political predictions. I predict there will be a stunning piece of news out of California tonight. A shocker that will probably be the topic all day tomorrow.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's governor or the LA mayor. Could be both.
I hope it's both.
It could be California saying, we've had enough of your crap. Go away. I've also said I think Marco Rubio will be the lead man on the ticket in 28 for the Republicans.
I think you might be right there.
And the first thing we got to do is make sure that we tell anybody who is against him that they're a racist because he is Hispanic. So we're going to use the Democratic playbook for that.
Good.
But today there was a hearing and
I'm over here
Jackie Rosen in this hearing Ms. Rosen, excuse me. That's what it says on the nameplate. Well, it didn't go well.
You were at a party with President Trump in Miami instead of accompanying Vice President Vance to Pakistan for negotiations.
What party was I at?
Secretary Rubio.
You're 100% inaccurate and 100% wrong. Here's why. Number one, the Vice President of the United States was there, and he wasn't confirmed by us, and he was elected by the American people. Okay, he is the second in line to the presidency of the United States. He was president. Mr. Witkoff is the president's envoy for negotiation for peace deals. Mr. Kushner is a private citizen that serves as an advisor on these functions. They were the team that we sent to Pakistan. I was not at a party. Where I was is next to the president. Because in the midst of those negotiations, I was in communications with them. And in fact, I think there is media reporting from that evening on how on multiple occasions I went into a back room, I came back out and spoke to the president and was constantly updating him. On that evening, I spoke to Mr. Kushner and our negotiating team and Mr. Witkoff on at least 6 occasions, including twice on a secure line from the phone they had access to over there. So you don't know what you're talking about. You're just
Senator
making
Rosen,
stuff up.
he has the floor.
I know your staff wrote up this cute statement for your TikTok video, but it's not true and it's not real. That's not what happened. Okay, I'm the National Security Advisor and Secretary of State. I was co-located with the president in the midst of a high-stakes negotiation so that I could immediately inform him about events occurring halfway around the world. I was where I needed to be at that moment because we had a very capable team on the ground in Pakistan, led by the Vice President of the United States.
Wow.
That was good.
Hey, liberal bitch.
Was good.
What's it like to hold your own rear end in your hands? Because he just handed it to you, and that's a big keister.
Well, that's what it's all about. They're trying to twist words, trying to make things seem to be like something they're not.
That was
their playbook.
Yeah, and shit. What does she do? The standard liberal tactic is to talk over.
Yeah.
When you're getting what you have coming, bah, 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 or stick the fingers in. Bah, 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 bah.
I love the fact that the
I got to
person who
put
was
that
the
on
chair
Facebook.
said, "Excuse me, Ms. Rosen, Mr. Rubio has the floor."
Yeah, not
So
you.
Shut up.
Yeah, see if you can stick a cork in it if there's one big enough. I love that. That was absolutely awesome.
Well, he is very quick on his feet. He is a very smart man. He was, I think, the best choice we've had for Secretary of State in a long time. And he knows his stuff. And
Oh, yeah.
He's representing Donald Trump. He's representing the United States of America. You could not ask for a better person.
Not a moment's hesitation. He had every piece of information that she didn't, and she just went slinking away, which is what I wish they would all do.
Yeah.
All right, back to traffic. Blue Water News. The movie Maven next.
Well, a busy afternoon, and we had an accident East Boulevard at Carmichael. That one should be out of the way by now. Use caution if you're crossing over from 85 up to Carmichael. 65 northbound, right before exit 171. That's headed up to Cobbs Ford. We have a medical emergency right side of the road there. And we also have accidents Fairview Avenue at Wilmington Road, and our latest Chantilly Parkway southbound right before Vaughn Road. We will keep you updated. Imagine graduating high school with your college degree already in your hand. That's the power of early college at Trenton State Community College. No debt, no delay, just a college degree. Go to TrentonState.edu for more information. Wendell J. Montgomery, Skywatch Traffic.
News is brought to you by Adams Motorsports of Montgomery, where your pleasure is their business.
From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, these are today's top stories. 3 juveniles are under arrest following a Monday afternoon shooting in the Eastbrook area. MPD responded to the 3900 block of Del Reyta Place, where officers found an adult male with a gunshot wound. The man had also crashed his vehicle into a house. 3 juvenile boys were apprehended near the scene and charged with attempted murder. The victim was transported to a local hospital in serious condition. Tallahassee police continue to investigate a weekend shooting that left 1 man dead and another injured. The shooting happened Saturday night in the 200 block of Gilmer Avenue. One of the victims, 33-year-old Rondarius Hooks, died from his injuries. The second victim was treated and released at a Montgomery hospital. The Troy baseball Trojans have advanced to the NCAA Super Regionals for the first time in program history. The Trojans defeated number 8 seeded Florida 10-2 Monday night in the Gainesville Regional Final. The Trojans now move on to host Little Rock in a best-of-3 Super Regional Series beginning Friday in Troy, Alabama. From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, I'm Sky Mosley.
AdamsMotorsports.com on the web or Adams Motorsports on the Boulevard in Montgomery. That's at Adams Motorsports in Montgomery, where your pleasure is our business. Come by and learn more about the new Suzuki GSX 8R motorcycle and see for yourself the bar has officially been reset.
Hi, I'm Carl Schmidt, naturopath and owner of the Herb Shop Wellness Center at 8161 Vaughan Road. You know, with over 30 years experience in natural wellness, I've seen countless health fads come and go. A few years ago, we added a patented technology that actually activates your stem cells. It reverses the aging process at the cellular level. However, you do need proper hydration and targeted nutrition. At the Herb Shop, our advanced scanning and testing technology allows us to accurately assess your nutritional needs and get a customized plan for you. Come in today and see what the Herb Shop can do for you.
Weather, a service of H&H Carpets, where right now, get a load of this, listen close, you get a house full of carpet for $19.95 installed. Unbelievable. They're located at 6450 Atlanta Highway, just across from Walmart.
Hi, everybody. We've got some better weather days in our future. For tonight, the risk of scattered showers and storms will end early in the evening before fading out. Then cooler, low temperature tonight down to about 63. Tomorrow, really just a perfect day with sunshine, low humidity, high temperature up around 80. Mostly clear skies, pleasantly cool Wednesday night with a low temperature down to about 57. Some nice weather Thursday and Friday, comfortable days, high 83 Thursday, 86 Friday. Lows at night around 60, and maybe some spotty storms returning on Saturday and Sunday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
When news happens, you'll hear about it first. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Time for the Movie Maven, Miss Murray's Movie Minute, brought to you by AMS Studios. Relax, refresh, renew with AMS Studios at 95 Lightwood Road in Deatsville. AMSStudioMedSpa.com or call 782-9711. We now welcome the Movie Maven, Miss Murray.
Yay!
Hello.
Hi. We spent a lot of time last hour talking about Pressure, and we both highly recommend it.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Yes.
Good movie.
But we're interested in the things you've been checking out. I got to ask about Euphoria. For a show, it gets so much publicity. I'm assuming
yes.
Millions are watching it. Was this the final season of Euphoria?
Yes, it is done and over with. There will be no more Euphoria.
Yay.
What feeling were you left with at the end of Euphoria? Were you euphoric or something else?
No, I was sad at the end.
Oh.
It was a poetic justice, revenge kind of a deal. It was very dramatic. You have to really have watched the whole thing to know all of the ins and outs of the relationships of the people that ended up where they were. But there's lots of drugs involved, lots of sex and stripping, and OnlyFans sort of business, and people cutting off fingers, and people dropping people off of roofs and things.
Sounds like a horror movie.
It is. It's not for the faint-hearted.
Yeah.
But once you're in it, it has got a lot of heart. It's really actually a good series. You really get to like some of the characters and hate some of them. So,
Well,
I'm sad.
I was gonna say that's one of the reasons why people watch those shows in the first place, right?
Yeah,
it's a
you get
vicarious,
emotionally invested.
Yeah, it's a vicarious, safe way to witness crazy stuff like that. I don't want to watch somebody drop somebody off of the top of a building, but I'm in real life, but I'm okay with watching it in a TV show.
Right.
But I ask the men listening to this segment right now, do you really want to see Sydney Sweeney's bosoms explode through the side of a skyscraper? Glad I asked.
Well,
that was,
you don't see that every day.
That was pretty fun. It was like, what if the 50-foot woman showed more?
Well, that was a big, that's funny because there was a movie called The Attack of the 50-Foot Woman in the 50s. And for that time, cheaply made and cheap special effects, but sexy because it was 50 foot of woman.
Yeah, and you're like, whoa.
It's hard to come by that kind of size back in
Yeah,
the day.
and then Pamela explained to us, there's certain men that have a fetish of just being smothered, of being a small little man held by a giant woman.
I didn't know anything about that. Okay, we're
moving right along.
The Four Seasons on Netflix. Verdict.
It's good. I actually enjoyed it. There's a lot of silliness, but it is also very heartfelt about these couples that go on vacation with each other, and one of them died in the first season, so there's his widow picking up the pieces, but he'd already moved on and had a baby with another girl, and she's living with the girlfriend and the baby, and there's this gay couple trying to adopt. There's lots of these sort of ridiculous scenarios, but you can tell they all really love each other, and they want the best for each other, and they go to Italy. It's fun.
Do you think
It's a
they'll have
good
another
show.
season?
Well, I'm guessing they'll probably try to do 4 seasons of 4 seasons, but that's just me.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Marketing wise, yeah, it does make sense.
Yeah, yeah.
And it seems like it's been doing pretty well.
Yeah.
I would like to actually. I would like to go back and watch the movie, then maybe take a look at the series.
The series, yeah.
Yeah, I actually did watch the old movie after I watched the first season, and it was quite different. I mean, same concept, but very different era.
Through the Looking Glass on Disney Plus.
So I visited my family, and I wanted to watch an Alice in Wonderland movie. We'd all seen the first one, but none of us had seen the sequel, the 2016 Alice in Wonderland Through the Looking Glass.
Right.
And so,
Which also has
the
Johnny
kids-
Depp and Helena Bonham Carter and
yes,
what's her name? Anne Hathaway. Yeah.
yep. And Mia Wachowski is a great Alice.
Yeah.
And my dad proclaimed at the end, after he snoozed through it half the way, he said, that was the weirdest movie I've seen this year.
Yeah, it's trippy. I'll say that.
And my niece said, I don't want to watch this. I don't understand what's going on. So it's not really a comprehensive movie, but it was fun visually, and, story was pretty good, but it was a lot of like, what the heck is happening here? Because there's time travel, and...
Yeah.
What's next on the Movie Maven's to-do list, please?
Okay, so I'm in the middle of The Burrows. I kind of stalled out because I picked up some other things, but I'm going to go back and finish that one.
Mm-hmm.
And I have also got to finish Margot's Got Money Troubles. That's one that comes out once a week, so I've been patiently waiting to the end. I'm not even sure where we are on that one. And a friend of mine recommended a show on Apple called Widow's Bay, and it's about this New England fishing town that's got some supernatural ancient curse on the town, and it looks
that sounds
interesting enough.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like Port Wen from what's the show?
Kind of, but I
Best
think
Medicine.
a lot creepier.
Yeah.
Best Medicine.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I've got to start watching The Burrows. I'm hearing a lot of good buzz about that. So
I
need to
think
watch
you
that.
would like it.
Yeah, I think so too.
I would agree.
Yeah.
By the way, is it safe to call the new Star Wars a flop? I hear it's losing a ton of money.
Ultimately, it's not going to lose a ton of money, but I don't know if they're going to break even. I mean, that's the thing. They spend a lot of money on it, and they've got to make a lot of money to recoup their investment. I mean, ultimately, they're going to sell toys. They're going to have streaming. I mean, they will make their money back eventually, but I don't know. Right now, it looks pretty bad for them.
I know Pressure had a very modest $6 million weekend. Tell us about Backrooms. Is that?
Oh yeah, that's wild.
So I told you about it, I think, last week because it was coming out on Friday. It was created by this YouTuber who started it on the internet, took it to the theaters, and made this movie. He brought in $81 million domestically the first weekend, and he's only 20 years old. He's just a kid, a YouTuber.
How much did it cost to make it? That's the thing. I'm curious.
Small
about.
fraction.
That's a good question. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
But,
because
I
it
mean,
sounds
somebody
like it,
had to believe in the idea enough to back it to get it made. So, I
Yeah,
mean, they
but-
made some money off it for sure.
but I'm pretty sure they didn't spend a whole lot on it. So it may be one of those things that's like, like the what was the Blair Witch Project? They didn't spend a lot of money on it, and it just made a killing.
I think that
Yeah,
still holds
and
the
it-
record for the highest return on investment.
I think
of
so
any
too.
film.
I think so too.
And it may, show that we don't want this big Hollywood crap anymore. We are interested in these creative YouTubers that are coming up with stuff that we've never seen before.
Yeah.
And Hollywood's got to hate that.
Yeah.
When people
Oh,
that,
yeah.
quote, don't know what they're doing, not only show them that they do know what they're doing, but they're outdoing what they do.
Yeah, but I agree with you, Ellen. I think that's the paradigm we're going to be looking into in the future. They're trying to find ways to make movies cheaper because they're not going to be making as much money as they used to. Before COVID, it was not uncommon to have those tentpole blockbusters. Now, those people are taking a bath on those, spending $300 million on a movie,
Yeah.
and you're not making anything. If you make $300, you're not even $300 million, not even breaking even. So,
Right.
I think you're right. I think we're going to see more of those independent, low budget movies because they get
And that's
better
what
return.
people are really interested in too. We want something new and different, like Severance and like that other show with the chick and all the people disappear.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want something that we haven't seen 1,000 times before.
Well, thank you for taking the time to join us this afternoon.
My pleasure.
And we'll talk to you before the end of the week, I'm sure.
Hey, let me give a shout out to my friend Johnny, who I know is listening.
Absolutely.
Johnny.
All right.
The man they call Johnny.
All right.
Thank you, Ellen.
Let's give Johnny the real Johnny. There ain't no better Johnny than that.
Nope.
Attention River Region business owners. Local counties are now inspecting and enforcing backflow prevention requirements. Headley Plumbing is fully certified to install, repair, and test backflow preventers, helping you stay compliant and avoid costly violations. We've been serving the River Region for decades with dependable professional service you can trust. No membership, no contract, just fair, reliable service. Call Headley Plumbing at 285-3667 or visit headleyplumbing.com. In our business, a flush beats a full house.
Headley Metal Buildings has been your source for quality metal buildings in the River Region since 2007. Carports up to 24 feet wide, RV covers, storage buildings, even a sturdy metal barn up to 54 feet wide. Your structure can be customized, installed on level ground, and comes with a 20-year warranty. Let Headley Metal Buildings help you find the perfect solution. Financing available. Call 285-3667 for details or find Headley Metal Buildings on Facebook.
What's your biggest investment? More than likely, it's your home. So treat it that way when you hire a painting contractor. With PBS Painting, there are no gimmicks, no $99 specials. Just quality painting and someone who treats your home with the same respect that you do. At PBS Painting, we have been painting for years and look forward to many more years to come. With PBS Painting, the job gets prepped properly, whether it's cleaning, scraping, or priming. We always use quality products, which is a must for a quality paint job. So if you're looking for a painter that doesn't need upfront money and is on the job at all times, then please give me a call. Scott Bowers and PBS Painting, 294-5122. That's PBS Painting, 294-5122. Look at some of our work on Facebook at PBS Painting Montgomery.
We get this question all the time.
Do you handle that?
Buying or selling a home?
Yes.
Commercial?
Yes.
Land or investments?
Absolutely. Hannah and Eddie Realty Group. One team.
Every real estate move. 334-322-0662.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
The premier place the River Region turns to for news, weather, traffic, and opinion. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Millennials are just so fast with their fingers, and they can Call of Duty and Skype and text. But you're completely crippled when it comes to basic things because your parents are always right there, and they're the experts. Typical millennial kid will go, Mom, we don't have any heat in our apartment. And the mom goes, well, you should probably call your landlord. Millennial kid, I'm not real good at calling landlords. Could you do it? And we do call the landlord because we don't want them to be sad.
Speaking of sad,
Yeah.
this is pathetic. 9% of American adults cannot name one dinosaur.
You're kidding me.
I'm assuming they're talking about species. Otherwise, it's Barney, right?
Yeah. Well, you get your Triceratops, you get your Apatosaurus, you got your Velociraptor. I mean, I got 3 right there. My grandson, my 5-year-old grandson, can name probably 40 dinosaur species.
Stegosaurus.
Yeah.
The Bronto.
Yeah.
And T-Rex is just such a great villain.
Oh, yeah.
Because all it wants to do is kill and eat.
Yeah. Too bad about those arms, though.
That survey, by the way, yesterday was National Dinosaur Day.
Yeah. Well, that bit you just played about the millennial kids, I'm so grateful that my children, none of them ever went through that phase. They wanted to do it themselves. So once they were out of the house and on their own, got a job, they took care of business. I'm really glad about that.
My daughter, Little Miss Independent, right?
Yep.
She's in New Orleans, not because I put her there, because she led herself there.
Mm-hmm. She got a good job.
Yes.
Because she is very skilled.
Yeah. It's, I may have some news of my own, though, to share with her in the near future.
That'd be nice.
Yes, it's always nice to share news. A man dancing in the road with a rare turtle, arrested on drug charges. Oh, I got to save that for tomorrow's morning maroon pile.
Did he have clothes on?
I haven't gotten that deep into the story. Oftentimes, though, when drugs are involved, no, they
say hello to my little friend. Yeah.
And I've got to, almost tempted to play it a second time because it's so good. The Marco video.
Yeah.
Because, man.
Chase Sapphire Reserve.
Total rock star.
Yeah.
Well, this is the one thing I wish Elon would fix. Can we find a way to share the stuff on X to Facebook a little easier without having to go through this transference process, the SSS Twitter?
Yeah, but I understand some of what's coming from that is he doesn't want to enable another company, a rival CEO, to I don't know. I understand some of it, but I agree with you. There needs to be a simpler way to do that.
Yes.
Because you're just making your customers angry. Yeah.
Exactly. It does get to be difficult.
Yeah. And speaking of Elon
By the way,
Musk, you know, that rocket that blew up, the Blue Origin rocket, that kind of slows down Blue Origin. Blue Origin and SpaceX are the 2 companies that are vying to build the lunar lander for the Artemis mission. Well, when that rocket blew up, that kind of put Blue Origin back a little bit. That set them on their haunches.
Quite a bit. But I can't say I'm surprised because Elon Musk is a freaking genius.
Yeah.
All the people that hate him, all the people that rooted against him when he turned X into a free speech platform. He's losing he paid way too much. He's going to go broke. He'll be bankrupt.
But he gets results.
Plus, all those people were going to boycott Twitter. They're all on Twitter.
Yeah.
They're all full of crap.
Yep. That's exactly right. And he's still proving people, hey, look what I can do.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. I don't know what will happen in terms of the race to build the lunar lander, but both Blue Origin and SpaceX have contracts to do that. So we'll see.
You know what I had a list of the most misspelled words across America. You know what the #1 most misspelled word in Alabama is? Business.
Business. They call it business.
Or BUSNESS.
Yeah.
Or only one S. Who knows today with
well, I always have problems with Mississippi. I forget how many S's and P's.
MISS, ISS, IPPI.
There you go.
There was a rhyme when we were learning the states. That's how they taught us how to remember that. MISS, ISS, IPPI. I can still do that very well all these years later.
Well, I know a lot of people have difficulties pronouncing the word nuclear. They call it nuclear.
A lot of our presidents,
Yeah.
Jimmy Carter, maybe more than anybody else, nuclear.
Yeah, I talked to my daughter Amy about this nuclear problem.
Nuclear problem, yeah. It's nuclear.
And he was a nuclear scientist.
He was, again, there's an example of somebody that was well educated, but had no skill in the universe of common sense.
Mm-hmm.
Truck driver gets 13 and a half years for hiding cocaine in Kim Kardashian's underwear shipment.
I'm sorry, what?
A British court sentenced truck driver Jacob Conkle to 13 and a half years in prison for smuggling cocaine worth 7 million pounds, or 9 million in our money, in a Skims clothing shipment.
Oh my goodness.
The 40-year-old was stopped by border officials at an Essex port in September while driving a truck carrying 28 pallets of Kim Kardashian's shapewear brand from the Netherlands. Authorities found 90 kilos of coke wrapped in 1 kilogram packages concealed in a specially adapted compartment in the truck's back doors.
Wow. Wow.
That's a big haul. Who do we have on the phone?
This is Eric.
Eric, welcome back.
Hi, Greg. Back to Mississippi. I'm going to make it quick. We used to spell that M-I, crooked letter, I, crooked letter, I, P-P-I.
Yeah. Yeah.
You must have gone to a private school.
Yeah. Well, nowadays with spell checkers and AI, people aren't learning how to spell words. They just let the machine do it for them,
And nobody's handwriting anything.
No.
Unless you need to leave a post-it for somebody. That's kind of scary, too.
That's one of the reasons why I've got this sort of daily diary thing that I keep some information about what happens in my day. Just so I don't forget how to write.
Just going through the crap pile here. Pamela will be rejoining us tomorrow.
Yay. I will be here tomorrow.
You'll be here, and we'll get a follow-up from Lori on that insanity in Prattville.
Yes.
Just showing up at your property and taking what they want because of some code. That
doesn't sound right.
Like there's a constitutional step missing in there somewhere. All of that tomorrow, of course. Rich, me, Jay, tomorrow morning. And Thursday morning, we are joined by Senator Tommy Tuberville. 5:56, this will be our final traffic.
Well, we had a rash of accidents this afternoon. Chantilly Parkway southbound right near Vaughan Road, accident there. Also an accident earlier, Fairview Avenue at Wilmington. Traffic remains busy and building around the area. A lot of folks on the roads this afternoon. Please watch out for your fellow drivers. Keep it here for updates. At McKinnon Toyota, you can get a new Toyota 4Runner and finance it as low as 2.9%. At the lowest tax rates in Alabama, and it's worth the drive. McKinnon Toyota, exit 212 on 565 in Clanton. Buckle up, Wendell J. Montgomery Skywatch traffic.
What does it mean for a nation to be successful? I'm Stephanie Bryan, Tribal Chair and CEO of the Poarch Creek Indians. We believe a successful nation gives back. As we've built economic opportunity and prosperity, the Poarch Creek Indians have been able to give back to our neighbors in Alabama and beyond. More than $37 million since 2021 alone. From education and health care to tornado relief, learn more about our charitable giving at PoarchCreekIndians.org.
Are you tired of the mainstream media's biased reporting? Do you want to stay informed on the news that really matters to you? Look no further than 1819 News. At 1819 News, we bring you the latest in Alabama news, politics, sports, culture, and more. We've assembled a team of journalists with Alabama values dedicated to the truth and the truth alone. Visit us at 1819news.com today. That's 1819news.com. Subscribe to our newsletter. Honest News, Alabama Values.
Trustworthy, accurate, immediate, carrying your voice across the river region. News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
Dana Carvey, one more time.
Have you ever gone on Aer Lingus? Ever heard of Aer Lingus? This Irish? It's very cool. Why anybody would name their airline Aer Lingus, I can't fathom. Sounds vaguely pornographic, doesn't it? Welcome to Aer Lingus, where you get a little something extra with your ticket. was cool in the beginning. Then we hit some wicked turbulence. The pilot comes on. Well, this is Captain Patrick O'Shaughnessy. As you can see, ladies and gents, the angels and demons are having a bit of a tussle tonight. We suggest you sit back and relax and have a few pints of Guinness like we do up here in the cockpit. There's nothing like 5, 6, 7 pints of Guinness to make all these knobs, dials, and switches mean something to us in the pointy part of the aeroplane. If you check under your seat, you'll see you have an individual keg of Guinness beer. In the unlikely event your keg loses pressure, a little yellow straw will come down from the ceiling. Be sure your straw is free-flowing with Guinness for yourself before you assist your child, infant, or toddler.
Thank you, Master Thespian.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Lori Herring, and thank you, Movie Maven. As I mentioned just a moment ago, back tomorrow morning, bright and early with Rich Thomas. And, of course, Jay Scott.
You give a little tap and a tap.
Until we meet again, have a great night. Thanks for touching us up.
Adios, muchacho.
Bye, sexy.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusada, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With us are news. I'm